right. That's a wrap. Episode 3, 4? 3? 4? Which one are we on? 4. Good.
Yeah,
you've been watching.
I've been watching.
That's good.
My guy.
I knew it as well. Yeah.
You knew it as well.
Yeah.
Wicked. So this episode, we did a lot of like old school stuff. Obviously with Kruger, we had Bizzo joining us from the new crop, even though he's not so new if you actually think about it. And we had Jem. This week we've got Briggzy. Hello, nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you in the flesh.
What do you do? Premier Battles owner, or I don't know, what's your title?
I don't know.
Battler
Briggs,
/ league
Briggs,
owner.
Casual.
Bison Briggs.
Bison Briggs. Where did
yeah.
the Bison come from? It used to be Briggzy, you know.
Yeah, but that was my Sunday league football name, Briggzy. So
Oh yeah.
I always felt weird picking a rap name. I never wanted to be like Lyrical Knife or something. It's like when you meet someone and you go, oh, what's your rap name? And I have to go, I'm fucking Red Hot Thunder. So he's like, I could never do
So
it.
you added a Bison.
So I started Bison, yeah. It's BB, something like that.
And your
BB.
surname is legit Briggs.
Briggs, yeah.
So it is just Briggs.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I was called Bagsy and shit when I played rugby. Back in
And
the
I used to
day.
get called a Bison because I've got no neck and big shoulders.
You have a neck. Don't listen to him.
Got a beard now.
And then on the other side we've got Frost.
How we doing?
Man from the crowd, now fan favourite.
Yeah.
From fan to fan favourite.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of people think you're probably quite new.
Yeah, like, well, I mean, I assume so, yeah. Low P, I wasn't like a big face. But
No.
yeah.
You've been like slow, like probably same time as Frankie did you come in? Was it similar time to Frankie or was it after that?
As a fact, I think
No, as a battler.
as a
even
battler.
fan.
So I came in like 5 years. It was 5 years ago, the beginning of this month.
Oh, sick.
Okay.
My first battle was 5 years ago, the beginning of this month. Yeah.
Is it fair to say it's only the last like year or two you've been
That-
tearing?
Yeah. Like coming out of the back of COVID, like that's it was like, what am I doing this for? Am I doing it just to have a laugh, or am I doing this because I want to do something? So I come in like I want to do something, and that's like, I'm on a
It's
track.
mad how many battlers have done that. Bizzo done the same thing.
Yeah,
That was his
yeah.
approach with COVID.
Well, yeah, he said like on the last thing that literally while everyone else was suffering and going mental, he actually used the time to get good at something.
Yeah.
I did cooking. He became a good battler.
Fair play.
Probably should have put my focus into that, to be honest, but I don't know if I'd won a battle. I think it'd ruin the illusion. If I battled and everyone realised I was shit, it'd probably be a problem for me. But like, where did your name come from?
For us, do you know what? It's
cold,
a weird.
bro.
It's
No, don't
since
say
then,
it.
like, it's because I'm so cool. No, yeah. So like, it was a weird one. We was at school and like, there's loads like you know you're just making fun of people as much as you could. So then like, whatever just sort of stuck, and it was. So do you remember in Fresh Prince there was the white guy that was always sort of their pal was called Cornflake.
I actually don't remember that. No.
So he was just their guy.
No, me neither.
They called him Cornflake, and that got hit with me, and then like I pushed it towards Frosty.
Okay.
And
If we're going cereals, let's go.
Yeah. I'm going for Frosties. Yeah.
Cornflake is a part.
Yeah, Cornflake. Yeah, that was what it was.
Is it because you were the only white dude?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it must have. Well,
That's racist.
yeah, well, I mean,
It couldn't be Jazzy Jeff, could it? Or-
Fair enough. Yeah, it's weird what fucking nicknames you got. I've got a metal plate in my wrist. So I was called Strong Hand from Scary Movie.
Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough. You take my little hand.
No! Get it away from me!
Take it! Take mine!
Whenever anyone busted it, whenever anyone was like, strong hand child, I was like, ready to fight. Do you know when you could, I could,
Can you imagine if that was
I
your
could
stage
not
name?
handle
Strong
it
Hand
at all.
Bagnall.
On the right, strong.
If I ever do a battle, I'll get called Strong Hand Bagnall. It used to drive me crazy. I couldn't hack it. Just anyone called me Strong Hand, or I can't remember. Or like, everyone used to call me Bags. I used to have stupid bag nicknames, Baggy Chan, whatever. And then someone realised you could replace the B for an F, and it just fucking ruined my school years.
yeah, that's it.
Did you have any nicknames in school?
No, but I'm sorry, you threw that at me. I didn't actually. I don't think so. Not like I think on the top of my head.
You're low energy today. I'm having to take over the host.
Sorry, man. I didn't have any
Was
nicknames.
Quill your first battle name though?
No, well, battle name, yeah, but not MC. I was going by Justice.
Yeah.
Justice.
Oh,
I remember it
no.
from the other
serve-
one.
Yeah, I got brought up in the tryout that I had.
It's so funny, he says it and you go, oh fuck.
yeah. Well, when I was starting battle, I was like, I can't go by that. I need something like. I need like a
Why
actual
Justice?
Bro, I don't have a good reason, bro. Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know, man. It's just what I went with, innit? I used to spit with my friend, and he was called Unique, so we was Justice and Unique. We were spitting bars like that.
Interesting. So I know a lot of people that comes from like graffiti tags or something like that. Yours is very like sports in school.
Yeah, my original. I shouldn't say this.
Yeah, go on.
My first ever rap name was actually a battle rapper's name, Lou Cypher.
It was Lou Cypher.
No
My
way.
name's Lou.
Oh
Cypher,
my
yeah.
god.
But
You're the original Lou Cypher.
Oh.
Lucifer, yeah, a bit edgy on it.
Was it the full word but still using rap
LOU
Cypher?
and then Cypher, but all one word, yeah.
That's a classic name. That's a good name.
Yeah.
Fuck. So obviously, you know, this year has been probably the clearest like renaissance back to the old school of battle rap. The feel seems to be back. Crowd seems to be back. Watching battles doesn't seem to be a chore, or maybe that's just me from the outside. And you're probably largely to thank for that. What do you put it down to? There you go.
You're taking over today, you know. That was very professional, you know.
Thank you. It's like I know YouTube.
Love it. Go on,
But like, what do you put it down to? Obviously, like you've been working. I know at points you thought about giving the whole shit
Yeah,
up.
loads of times every day.
Yeah, still,
know
still it's
what?
going well, and I hate it.
I was saying this I was actually chatting to Balski last night randomly on inbox and said I'm just trying to make it fun again.
Yeah.
I missed that side of it. Like when we first came in with Prem, the team idea was there. We tried to make it unique. Funny enough, the team idea we actually tried to give to Dope Flop before Dope Flop happened, and we offered it to King of the Dot, and they didn't want it. So it's always been an idea me and Shotty had, but because of the way the scene was at the time, it was like, let's make it fun. And not only that, the fucking way you can merchandise it and all that as a football league was sick, but it had no longevity to continue doing that every year because it was too restricted. But you know,
it's kind of stayed in the sense that like in some events you get the songs coming back again. You might get the premiere back.
Still
get
get that,
get that pops off now and then. It's like it stayed.
Yeah, I want to do the team thing again. The only thing with the teams is like every event had to be based around the structure of the team.
Yeah.
And if one dropout happened, it used to damage the entire run.
Yeah.
And obviously it limited things like Apex where it's one-off battles and stuff like that because people were booked on the match days, which then became more important. So it's just a bit of a ball ache to keep up with, but it was fun.
Yeah,
I do like bringing it back.
I like what you've done with Academy because it feels like that's kind of that UFC kind of marketing where you've got Team Koj versus Team Bizzo or whatever, and that's the way of running teams and doing it like quite naturally. But yeah, it's been weird. It feels like it's come out of nowhere suddenly the rise back. I do think like suddenly having more internationals over, maybe that like huge break between people being able to actually go out and enjoy events. With
COVID helps definitely.
Yeah, I think people wanted to go back out again. But do you think there's anything else in the secret sauce that has made it not only pop in Manchester but pop
just
in
consistency? I think that's the main thing we've tried to be, is consistent with every event.
Yeah.
And matchups, not giving someone a matchup because they're a big name. Like for example, Homeschool, no one knew who he really was. Real Sick, when we brought him over, no one knew who he was. But it's just keeping an eye out on who's bubbling rather than going and getting Charlie Clips. That's going to cost us a fortune. And you might get a few views, but it's not going to do anything damaging.
I agree. I think one of the strongest moves that you've done actually is pulling out names that I haven't even heard of. But like even coming up and seeing you versus CJ. Just got me hyped again. It reminded me of being like in fucking K-Shine battles or just like weird mixed matchups. But
also because they're not the biggest name internationals, they're coming over hungry as well, rather than coming as
they've
a
got
holiday.
something to prove,
He wants to get rebooked again. Like he wants Apex, like he says in the battle. Like, I want Apex.
Was that your first international then, CJ?
Yeah, proper international.
How was that for you? Did you approach it differently or?
I mean, I approached it I wanted to attack him for being an American, but I was conscious of like, don't just go in and be like, fuck you Americans, like just going out there and I've got to eat shit as well. Like, so I was conscious of that, but I wanted a little bit of American, and so I did research. I did look him up, like I found out where he lived. He is from a type. I can't pronounce it. It's like Irondequoit or something, like in upstate New York, and that's where he's from. And I was like, wow. That's it. That's where I'm going. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Sick. I mean, it paid off. It was fucking
Honestly, I'm so happy with the battle. I was watching it back yesterday. I'm like showing it to the missus. Like, this is good.
Yeah, so that's just dropped. We should say that's just dropped. So go over to the Premier
I
Battles channel.
I think the thing is as well is making internationals fair again. Because even when I was at like Dope Flop, for example, there was the same people getting the same bookings. Whereas now I'm trying to do it where it doesn't matter if you're a massive name, if you're putting in work, you're getting big plays like Lazy Random, and CJA.
But it seems like the playing field is actually equaled across everything. Because back then, I do agree with you. Probably we were focusing on certain big names, but you'll know better than most. Battle rap does not make money, and like. Really, you're looking at who's the biggest performers that are guaranteed to make the sales, that are guaranteed to get the views, and that's who you're going to give it to. I think if we took a risk back in the day of giving someone that's not getting big views those battles, it might bite you in the arse, you might not get them. But in actual reality, what's happened now, where every battle's just getting low views, it gives you more opportunity to take risks, right?
I think it helps as well, like the fact me and Shotty are not in a position where we have to live off Prem.
Yeah.
So none of the money comes out the company, it stays in the company.
Yeah.
Because we're doing all right outside. That gives us the chance to go, right, well, we made X amount this month, let's just bring someone over and give Frost a big battle because he's deserved it over doing this, this and this. Whereas if we was living off Prem, that probably wouldn't be. We'd have to rely on Charlie Clips and DNAs and that because we have to recoup that money back. But it's not a case of that at the minute.
Do you pay for everyone who comes over? Or is that too big a question?
No, not everyone. I think we're lucky enough. We've got to a point now where I don't know whether it's because of the bookings we've made overseas, but we get a lot of battle rappers who pay for themselves to come over now.
That's good.
Because I think we're at a point where everyone wants to be on Prem now.
Yeah.
Like even Miss Hustle and fucking Casey Lee and that were tweeting yesterday, I need to be on Prem.
Yeah.
Which is weird to us because we've only got 20,000 subs. We're not massive. Obviously, we'll pay for a few people, and if we've got the money there, you know, there's like Random, for example, was in Europe anyway, so it was only a flight from Paris or wherever it was.
Yeah.
But we'll put them up, or you know, we try and make it work. If you're going to pay for your own flights, we'll cover your stay while you're there. Or vice versa, like, you know, we'll get your flight, but you just look after yourself.
I think it's credit to the atmosphere you've built. As Quill was saying a minute ago, like the hype from the fans, like the chants. I think that atmosphere is like. I remember back in the day, what Don't Flop was most famous for was the atmosphere, having crowds.
And it seems to be like that's like solely Premier Battles as well. I don't think you're getting that. You won't go to get at another league. You're getting that only at Premier Battles when people are singing and do you know what I mean? That kind of vibe.
Yeah.
They're doing like I said, we did the event. What was the event I was at? Where battle Moke.
The rebuild.
And we're doing a walkout for it. I've never, people doing walkout entrance music. It's just fun, and it's just like I don't think you put that on the battles, do you?
No, we purposely don't, because we want that to be part of the live entertainment in the room.
Yeah, and it really does actually. I mean, as a battler, it was great, and as a fan, I'm sure it's great. Like, just like, you know, you got your walkout music. Like, I'm coming out with a shovel. It's just like, then he's coming out, and it's just like this. Yeah. It's just this entertainer. Like Shotty. I mean, I think that someone uploaded it on YouTube. Shotty's entrance and that. And I shouldn't like it, but I love it. It's just so entertaining. It's so entertaining, man. Like, just, you know, he's coming out, he's going up to tally, and like, you're not getting that anywhere else. No. Everywhere else is just battle rap. Whereas here, it's like, this is a whole entertainment, it's a whole product. Like, and it gives, like you said, it's a show. And like you said, it gives you another incentive to actually buy the ticket and be there live rather than just watching it online, you know?
And you shouldn't get it twisted. It's two guys throwing poems at each other. You've got to add the bells and whistles to make it interesting. If it's just people being like, okay, battle now, it kind of like, you know, shouting at everyone in the room, doing all of that, you can take the energy out before it's even started. No shots, probably shots. But like, what most people won't know, or a lot of people that, you know, we've got a new audience now, this isn't your first battle league.
No, second. Well, technically third.
Third?
Yeah, Cold Red. I was Cold Red staff when we first launched.
Oh, yes. I think I was.
For one event.
I was Cold Red.
I think you was as well.
Yeah. Finger in the pie, mate.
I think when everything happened, everyone was like, oh yeah, do you and Krug want to be part of the staff? Do you and Krug want to be part of the staff?
Okay.
Like, I don't know.
What was the first one then?
Lab Battles was the first one. Me and Shotty.
You and Shotty Horror. I remember watching when I was a fan. It was like, who is it? Shotty and O'Shea, I think I remember it was it?
Nah, Shotty Disaster was the first
Disaster.
one.
Okay, so not O'Shea. Yeah, Disaster, yeah.
Shotty Disaster, Ilmac, Flex Splicit.
Low Pesci and
Low Pesci
Oso
also versus me and Innuendo.
Yeah.
Me and Innuendo, random 2-on-2, by the way.
Yeah.
Who else was on it, man? Awkwards and Archaic.
Awkwards and Archaic. Was Sean O'Mac on it?
Sean O'Mac and... Was it Soul? Sean O'Mac and Pamphlet.
Yeah.
Barren Minds and Soul.
There you go. Barren Mind.
Who the hell is that?
You don't remember Barren Mind?
Just to wear the furry.
Yeah. Do you know those like...
Yeah.
Like a dappy hat with furry, wasn't it?
Yeah. The Alaska hat with the bow.
Yeah. He used to wear them to the battles.
Bro,
battle,
and
bro.
Sweat.
Wait, Frost.
And Sweat.
I've got one of those indoors.
Yeah,
as well.
I reckon you pulled it off, you know?
Bro, if you think you're cold, you should see this.
Yeah. I bet it was sweating.
He's just dripping.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
there's so many like of those mad names. I just wonder what the fuck are you up to now? Like fucking Chinchilla Cameron, fucking all of them.
Unique.
They're all teachers.
But I mean, it was an amazing event. You put your first event you threw. You had fucking. You just had the names. Fucking Disaster versus Shotty. Shotty was just doing
lineup.
In the attic, which is like 40-person capacity.
40
We sold like
That what it is,
tickets, bro. Yeah.
There was obviously a bit of difficulty with footage on that event.
Yeah.
There's a bit of difficulty with footage, but it put you guys on the map in a big way. It kind of was the
bro.
birth
Like,
of Shotty.
because what we did was, which we thought was smart at the time, we give some of the footage to Grind Time. So like Arcade Cockwoods, even though we paid for it, went on Grind Time, but it was all Lab Battle branded.
Right.
So we had a big American audience that came through. But the main thing was we tried to look after the battlers that came over. So like Diz, for example, still talks about the hospitality he had at Lab, which is the main thing we did. So when they went back to the States, they were going, you've got to go battle over there, like it's class. That's the thing we wanted to do. But there was nothing in Manchester, and obviously Chronicle was doing Don't Flop North, but none of us got on with Chronicle. Like we all actively had beef in the city. Like it was just a weird time. Yeah, so
I remember.
I'd done one Don't Flop battle before it with Els, and then we launched Lab Battles. But yeah, it came out of nowhere. I've always wanted to run a rap battle league. Weirdly, me and Shotty just loved it.
And did you and Shotty were behind the scenes, obviously like rapping at the time. Like what Shotty hadn't come into Don't Flop at that point. What was like? I mean, you guys seeing Don't Flop in the peripheral. What was like? Was Lab an aim at a takeover, or was it just making some healthy competition?
Nah. So what it was I wasn't even interested in battling. Like I only battled on Don't Flop because Raptor was booked against Els and went to jail the night of the battle, so he didn't battle. But me and Raptor was in a crew in Manchester, and then Els was on social media saying Raptor's a pussy and da 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 da. But I was making music anyway outside of it. So obviously he's on the internet, so I just went, yo, fuck it, I'll battle this guy. I don't know fuck who it is. I didn't know who else was either. Turned up, battled Els.
So Raptor was meant to battle that long ago?
Raptor was meant to battle before me, I battled in 2010.
And the first one that he battled on was actually the Euphorical Elro event, wasn't it? Or was that his second battle?
I'm not too sure. It was his first one. Was it Youngin's Fusion?
Might be Youngin's Fusion.
Wait, sorry. So Raptor and Bobby were around back before...
Bobby
wasn't about.
Oh, we said Bobby, sorry.
That was the one where it's like, I'll beat you, I'll walk all over you, like you're the floor.
Yeah. He's called, what is he, Briggzy 5'3", you met Royce the 5'9". He's like, what? But yeah, nah.
That's kind of like it, though. It doesn't make sense, but I
see
like
what
it.
you're saying.
It was good. Yeah. Bro, I can't even, obviously use now because you battle, but like the adrenaline off the first battle was mad. But when I was in there, Psychosis Holocaust was the cameraman. This is how long ago it was. The new merch come out was the white t-shirt with the buildings on. That was like the new range we were pushing, but O'Shea was like the legend at the time.
Yeah,
so I remember
still is.
my judges were O'Shea, Innuendo and Tenchu.
Oh shit.
So when I'd done it, I always remember this, my first battle with Els, I said a bar and you heard O'Shea's voice behind the camera going, who the fucking hell's this kid? So when Els goes, Briggs, then you hear him, he's still behind the camera going, he's cold. But obviously as a kid who just come into it, I was like, yo, these were like the legends. And I was like, yo, I went downhill rapid.
I mean, you arguably, well, not even arguably, you beat Soul.
Yeah, beat
Not a lot of
4-1 judges.
Whoa.
To the test 10? Or
Yeah, to the test 10.
To the test 10.
My first stage battle that.
Like that, I think that might have been the one that tipped Soul over the edge to get good.
He didn't really, I don't think we worked it out, I don't think he lost the battle for 3 years after that. Like.
Yeah, you really fucked him
Wow,
off.
yeah.
I said some shite in that battle as well. But that was the first battle I catered to the crowd. I knew Leeds liked jokes, so I just mixed jokes and he was doing all what Soul does. Great.
Yeah.
And I was just saying he was greasy and that, and people were just buzzing off it.
That's mad. And what was it like working, obviously, with Disaster back then? It's like fucking completely different person working with Pension.
Yeah, because bear in mind I'd only done one event, and the international on that was Decoy.
Yeah.
With Don't Flop, you know what I mean? So having them over was sick. It was surreal, to be honest, because even though I didn't battle, I was watching Grind Times. I've been watching it since Smack DVD, pretty much. Like me and Shot used to go and market and get that, and then like 106 and Park and all that shit. I used to love all that. So when we got into it, it was like, because I was already throwing hip hop events anyway.
Yeah.
So I was like, I could do this dead easy. So we threw it, but it wasn't even intentionally to be, let's fuck Don't Flop over, because I consider myself a Don't Flop battler at that point. But obviously, when everyone gets behind it, that's what it became. Lab battles versus Don't Flop. But yeah, man, it was fun. Obviously, we had the shit. The cameras broke on the cards. We shot on them big P2 fucking massive camera, absolutely pointless. But all lessons learned, man. And then someone hacked the YouTube channel, so we had to stop doing the league.
Fucking hell. So what, are those battles not online anymore?
Yeah, Lab Battle's still there. Someone just hacked it. We can't get access to it.
Oh, wow.
We even contacted YouTube, didn't want to know. So yeah, we lost all of it.
Chronicles?
Still reckon it was Chronicles, just going to say that, yeah. But there was a rumour out there that we got kidnapped by Yardies and they took the passwords off us. That was the rumour that on a forum.
And it's not true?
Didn't that happen to World Rap Champions as well?
Fuck knows.
No. And then fucking on the other side, sorry to just...
No, I'm interested.
So you fully got into everything from the Math Shotty event. So weirdly, the Lab Battles has happened over here, and was Shotty something that got your interest to come to that event, or why was the main reason?
So yeah, I mean, like the Shotty Arsenal battle.
True.
It was. I mean, that bridged a big gap, if you know what I mean, because I wasn't like watching battle rap, but so I knew Cracker from just being local. Like he knows a lot of my mates, mutuals. So I knew Cracker, and I was watching his battles here and there, and C majors. And then my pal, Aaron, do you know Aaron? He played in the Louis Chino.
I will know him, yeah, I will know him.
You would know, yeah. So he was attending events. And I was like, shout me when you're going to one, and he was going to Shotty Math. I was like, sweet. So I bought a ticket, and since then I was like, my first event, I was like, oh, this is the shit. This is really. I enjoyed myself a lot that day, and then
yeah,
stuck. I'm here.
Shotty Math battle. We was all driving down in the minibus.
Yeah.
Me, Shotter, Black Josh using Blah Records, now Sleazy's Blah Records, The Life of Riley. Like we was all mosh team, the crew.
Yeah.
We came down and Black Josh and Sleazy were drinking dirty lemonade. Give Shotty a glass of it, so Shotty's off his neck doing that battle, bro. Like off his neck, yeah.
That is fucking.
So I come there straight from fucking egg.
Oh my God.
I got back to my pal's house. And we're both mates with Aaron, and Aaron's rung me. He's like, "What, you still coming?" I was like, "Oh yeah, cool." I'm gone there straight from his. I'm looking at myself. I'm proper gurning.
Oh my
When I look at myself in the crowd, I'm gurning. Maybe no one else
Shotty's not doing
notices.
drugs. He literally just smokes. But like, if you watch the battle, look at his face. He's white.
Oh, really?
It hits him. He spoke about it on another podcast, but like, he just went white.
That's
but I'm
funny.
stood behind him. If you watch him, he's just stood like that for the whole battle, pretty much, like just trying to get into it. But he said his head was just rushing, and then obviously Matt stopped his second round. And got to go back into be fair now.
Fucking egg. I've had some uni nights there, but it's a sketchy
Mess.
venue. Bro. You mean to egg?
When I was younger.
Yeah. I'm talking 1920.
Showing our age now, isn't it?
But that's a funny time. So that was one of the first battles that happened where Math like choked fucking loads, and I was just like
The second round, I was so fuming with that second round.
Didn't you say? Yeah, he didn't write a.
I didn't write a second.
Didn't write a second, sorry.
The whole concept of it was like, so your battle with Arsenal, like according to it was the battle with Disaster. According to those little views, like why do I even need to try? And then like Shotty Arsenal is the most viewed fucking English battle to this day still. And you're like, mate, well that does in the long run that's really bit you in the arse, Math, innit? But I was fuming.
I reckon he probably just fucked it up and forgot it. I reckon he would have wrote, like, knowing Math, I reckon he would have wrote.
Him and Shotty are tight as well, so like there's no way he would have not wrote.
Yeah.
I imagine it was more of like, oh shit,
Trying to start.
I haven't got enough to make a second round here.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna fly it like, oh well, I didn't even bother for you.
It was a well executed line, much like fucking Daylight versus Roan when Daylight walked out. Everyone thought it was to do with the UK situation and problems with whatever, but actually I think it spun him out when he turned up and Roan was dressed up as no, he was dressed up as Abraham Lincoln, and he just wasn't ready.
You're not gonna outdo me.
I was talking to him backstage. He was completely normal, obviously like out of character, very normal. And then as soon as like he saw Roan, he just left, and he was just like, "Oh, I can't." No.
That's so mad.
But the Shotty Math battle, that is the first time I've edited chokes out of battles. There's a funny time like Mickey Worthless versus Mark Grist, where do you remember when cameras had the 12-minute record limit?
Yeah.
And we were at Latitude, 2,000 person crowd, biggest one ever. And I was like, guys, how long are your rounds? Just so I knew when to stop and start on the camera. And they were like, 90 seconds. And I was like, you sure? Yeah. They were like 5 minutes, 6-minute rounds. So I'm filming Mickey or Mark stuff, I can't remember, and it's getting close to that 12-minute mark, and I'm just like, finish it, give me a sentence. It just went on a long scheme, and I accidentally lost 2 seconds. We put it up, and everyone on the internet swear that I cut a choke out.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
But the original choke that I cut out was Math vs Shotty. What do you think about, like, obviously for a league owner or for someone who's in battles, if someone chokes against you or if choke happens in videos, it fucks the entire video, right?
I edit them all out.
You edit them all out?
All out. I'll leave enough to not show they've choked, but no one wants to sit and watch someone going, for 3 minutes.
Yeah, I feel that.
Honestly, I've noticed my own ones where I've choked and I'm watching it back and like, that looks so much better. I'm so glad they haven't put that in. And I know it's just me, but I'm sure that as a viewer, because I'm still, do you know what I mean? It's so much more digestible. Like it really does sort of turn you off a battle. Like there's like,
yeah, you don't want to watch
you
lose interest in it.
And just like, who do you owe it to? Like, fans want to know that they choked. Oh, it's not legit.
I think maybe the only person I could possibly think of is like the opponent that's winning. It's like, oh, you didn't get to see, I fully won that battle because he choked. But it doesn't matter. The end product is what's important.
That's what we tend to judge though, because it's judged on the day then.
Yeah.
And the people in the crowd know, like, one of the big ones we had was Dialects from Loso. Dialects had a major choke.
Yeah, it's bad.
And we cut it all out, and the battle's fire to watch now.
Wow, okay,
But Loso won, like it was announced that Loso won, so it doesn't really matter. No. And the battle's so much more digestible, it's got much more rewatch value.
I think that's a fair way to do it. You don't want to precursor it and say, oh, by the way, there was a choke in this battle. But like at the end of the day, you don't owe it to anyone to put out a whack video. I actually think there's probably even cause to be like, look, just restart your rounds. This is like a performance that's done. I know this is probably fucking like grey area, and it'll annoy a load of people. But in reality,
right now, fucking.
But if you put in the work, like battle rappers, like not even to throw shade at Legos, this probably sounds like bad to say, are massively underpaid for what they do, in the sense that, you know, it's not like it's like 2 weeks of your life or a month of your life, constant writing, constant rehearsing, locking everything in. If that was an hourly wage, you get like £2 or something. But it's like the performance aspect of making that video and making a classic that really matters to someone. Everyone wants a classic.
Yeah.
Like Bizzo said it when we were chatting to him last week. He's like, until Tony, I never had a classic battle.
Yeah. And that's what you want.
And that's what you want. So like, surely there's probably. Don't worry about it. Surely there's probably like...
We'll edit that out.
Thanks, Briggs. We'll get Briggs to edit that one out.
Yeah.
But surely there's like a reason to just like cut them out. I don't know.
Yeah, and I've done it with a tryout. There was a tryout, Providence versus Saf. It was a closed event as well, so there was no crowd there.
Right.
We both turned up. It was an academy semi-final where we used to throw like 2 extra random battles on.
Yeah.
And they both choked every round, so just cut it, sent them out, go and read your phone, go and do whatever you need to do, have a breather. Come back in and we recorded their rounds individually. So they were facing each other. It's like, yo, you get your first round clean.
Right.
And then we edited it together so it didn't look like it was choked.
Could you maybe for Premier Battles like upload a choking compilation, like best
yeah,
that would be hilarious.
Oh, bro, there's some bad ones there.
Yeah, but that'd be just that one video. Just
that's definitely, you should 100% do that.
That'd be hilarious.
I've got a confession, right? So
you'll be in a lot.
I'm in there. That's my spot.
Best of Frost.
When I battled Giz and I had the proper choke, I said to him when he started his second round, like, can you give me 10 minutes? We're going to start this battle again. He laughed at me. I was like, alright, we're here. I just knew if I can go over my stuff again, this will be much better.
Yeah.
But he's already had a great first round, so
But
why would he?
if we're talking about battles that with chokes in, you two are battling each other, aren't you?
Yeah, it's going to be a choke.
I'm only joking. I thought just thought I'd get one in there. But yeah, you guys are battling each other.
Yeah.
Very shortly.
Yeah.
About 3 weeks, isn't it?
It is 3 weeks.
Yeah.
The plug?
Plug 1.5, yeah.
1.5 London. Do we know
Fiddler's Elbow.
Fiddler's Elbow.
Yeah, it was pretty much sold out again. So shouts to...
you might be too late, or you might be just in time to get the last ticket. So
Quill's got a big problem with people using Fiddler's Elbow because he doesn't feel like it's anyone else's venue.
Listen, I hate Fiddler's Elbow.
Oh,
right.
I fucking think it's the worst venue I've ever used in my life.
Do you actually?
Yeah, it was
For
a
what
necessity.
reason?
I think it's a shithole. It's a shithole. Listen,
Tag him in.
if I never wanted to, if I never had to go to Fiddler's Elbow, I'm gonna be happy.
Oh no!
Bro, it's a shithole, mate. It's a shithole.
He doesn't like this response. He likes it to be that's in another league.
I want to be the villain.
Bro, it's a sticky floor. It stinks.
You know this comes out.
Oh mate.
Yeah. Okay.
They're not watching.
I can't imagine Dan from Fiddler's Elbow sat there going, let's get it.
Wow, can't wait for the good PR.
I honestly think if Fiddlers could never take battle rap, they wouldn't.
Yeah.
I think they have to survive in some point.
Yeah.
We'll be keeping them going then.
Yeah, bro.
I don't think it's that used of a venue.
Yeah,
So,
I'm just not a fan of it, man.
Right.
We only went there because we had Brixton Jam booked for the first plug.
Yeah.
And they've stopped doing events now. They do brunches on the days.
Oh, Brixton Jam are not
Yes,
doing.
I reckon if you can sell it out, they'll probably do
Yeah,
it. But
yeah,
not
yeah.
taking
But as
gambles.
a, right, okay.
I don't think they're that interested in battle rap.
And
Fair enough.
how do we go from you two battling and obviously, like, how did that come about? Or do you like put yourself forward for that battle?
You know what? I'm.
Give the young buck a chance.
Yeah. Let's give him
I'll
a
beat
bit of
Soul. Well, if you lose, you might be on a.
I'm on a
for the next 3 years. You're,
Yeah.
But I've been doing it that long. Like I'm not asked if you're top tier, bottom tier, whatever. Like I like battles that interest me. So Frost is someone I rate.
Yeah.
He's someone I can have a laugh with as well. Like I'm not asked about getting serious with anyone anymore. Like if, fucking hell.
and it's a great battle. Let's be honest. It's
I
a
want
sick
battles
battle.
that
It's a
fun
fun
that
battle.
people are gonna watch. You know what I mean? So this came up. Trouble. It was originally another opponent won it at first.
Yeah. There was a couple of names that Trouble was sort of floating around. To
Yeah.
Like these are potentials. Like,
Right.
I'm up for it. I'm up for anyone.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter to me. And then he said Briggs. I was like, yeah, perfect.
I've never done fiddlers either, so I just thought I'd tick
You've
it
never
off the
battled
list.
there?
No.
Okay, yeah. So
I just
then
thought I'd tick it off the list.
Yeah.
Frost is someone to rate. so
before
I
that
just-
shithole shuts down,
Yeah.
before we leave them to die. Yeah. Okay. I'm thinking is that whole card announced?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Bobby Rex Rivers, Cole J Visual, me Frost, Black T AR.
So Bobby Rex Rivers is, I mean, it's not number one contenders, but it's close to it, right?
I'd say it has a big deciding factor on who gets the next title shot. Yeah.
Okay.
How do you decide who's who's the next in line?
You know what? It's been difficult because obviously it was originally meant to be Yunnan Bizzo.
Yeah.
And then that was going to give us a year to decide who the next one was, but because of the situation with Yunnan, we had to throw Bizzo because we wanted the title decided before Bizzo went to America. Because if he was the champ, he would have had the belt. If not, we knew what Yunnan's next step was for Absolute.
I'd still like to see Yunnan Bizzo.
Yeah, I would have fit me for the title.
We were debating it last
I
episode.
think Yunnan's title run's gone now.
But so I mean, I'll be the villain. Yeah, you got Yunnan, right? So obviously he kind of messed you about, so he's kind of right. But then you say that Bobby Rex and Rivers is like a number one contention, right? But Bobby Rex lost to the champion.
Yeah.
So in most, I mean, maybe not most people's, I measured my eyes. Surely that puts him near the back of the queue. And then you got Rivers, who did he vacate it or he
Vacated.
He vacated it, which would also put him to the back of the queue if you was to ask me. In my opinion, I don't know how you guys feel.
But then he vacated it 4 years ago, and since then he's done 6-7 other battles. Bobby Rex lost to Bizzo. It'll be 2 years next year when they do the title. Like, since then he's done Shuffle T. He'll have Rivers. He'll have Fate. He's got another big battle after that in November. So then he'll have like a run of 5 battles. If they're all wins, then it's pretty undeniable.
Yeah. And like if you think about like UFC structure, or even like if you're going to put top 5, top 15, you could see someone going for 2 or 3
absolutely.
battles.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
The tough thing we have with battle rap is, whereas UFC you can just rematch straight away, it's a fight in it.
Yeah.
Whereas you don't want to do that. Chiller and Real Deal done it too many times in my opinion.
Yeah.
Whereas Bobby and let's say for example it is Bobby and Bizzo for the next title shot next year on Absolute. Like I say, that's 2 years since they last battled and they've both gone off. Bizzo's a much better battler than he was even then against Bobby Rex. And Bobby, if he beats Rivers, I know he said his next opponent. Bobby, if he beats Rivers,
we can bleep it.
And then from there, so he'll have 4 wins under his belt.
Okay.
But like, what other names are up there in your mind?
Is it officially a number one contenders or no? Okay.
It all depends. Like even visuals.
Visual Koj's
Visuals on a tear.
I'd say that for the same reason. Of course, I mean Koj's just lost it, but again, the queue's not that long.
So I'm going to be the
villain again.
This is the last time I'm going to be the villain.
No, it's not.
Nah.
It's not. We had an announcement.
Yeah, we did.
And I said I was going to question you.
Well,
Koj versus Real Deal.
Yeah.
Which is fire.
Yeah.
We like it.
Yeah.
But okay, I think we may have a bigger. Well, by now it would have been released, so we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
But as far as the announcements right now, one of the biggest names is Real Deal.
Uh-huh.
Koj's title match did not prepare for, choked. 2-on-2 match with me, Wiz. We know he didn't write a single bar. I was on your fucking case. Like, what am I doing? He's not sending me any up, right? How does he get one of the biggest names on the card?
So for Cole J, we have to. For me, the 2-on-2 was just the wrong pairing.
Right.
Because I said this to you.
But pairing or not, he didn't write a bar.
But I said this to you both in the same chat. I had no doubts Cole J would have turned up on the day with bars. Because he always does.
But it's not a one-person battle.
Yeah, I know, but that's why I'm saying it's the wrong matchup.
Like me and Frank. Sorry.
You could have turned up on the day and he had bars. You just wanted him prepped, and Koji's not a prepper. That was the difference there.
Yeah, but what happens when he's not a prepper and he choked in the final? His biggest title match. Sorry.
Yeah, right. Okay, so he shit the bed against Bizzo, which he did.
Yeah.
But before that, he's had 5 pretty much fire battles. He 3-0'd Georgie Roots, 3-0'd Laser, beat LS Dean, beat O'Shea. He had the battle with you, battle with O'Shea. He's only had 1 fuck up really on prep. Yeah. And that was the Bizzo battle.
I think it was 2 fucks, but yeah, okay. I'm not having that one. Yeah, I would, because I prepared fully.
Yeah.
me and
like
Frank
I'm supposed to do.
Boat. Me and Frank was in the same boat. He was he sent me like three rounds of like his side of things. He's like, yeah, just add to this. And he'd be messaging me, have you added anything? I'm like, I've got a couple of ideas. And honestly, it was the Friday.
So you and Koj could be the next team.
Yeah, you and Frank.
Me and Frank versus you and Koj, and we'll see long prep versus short prep.
Yeah, but that's going to fuck you off even more if they beat you and you know that they've just turned up and wrote that day.
That's the difficulty with you and Koj. I said it to you both in the same chat. Like, you wanted early prep, which I would want. But Koj's never been known for that.
It's just the thing as well that I wasn't looking to do I spit football, you spit football. I'm trying to do something a bit different. I'm trying to jump in the crowd and bring out shovels and shit. You know what I mean? So man, okay, that's sure.
But that is an interesting point in terms of 2-on-2 teams. Like, obviously Marlo and Shuffle work so fucking well together because they love going into that nitty gritty.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, we'll get Shuffle on in a bit, but like when Shuffle and Marlo prep, they do stuff like spit everything in double and triple time and do stuff where the other person constantly shouts in everyone's face while they're performing just to try and prepare for it.
And it's good like scapegoats as well because they're but we was kind of thrown together for a tournament, so I think it's kind of like that. Whereas if you're like, right, should we be I think if I hollowed that arc and I was like, yo, let's be a 2-on-2, then we can do it. And
we should work out some sort of Tinder compatibility thing for these 2-on-2s you're chucking together.
But I'll be honest, when you two hit me up, I was like, I don't know how that's going to work.
Everyone was saying, I was like, it's gonna be fine, man. Like, don't worry, we'll put the work in.
It was just so random, but like Koj and Bizzo were talking at one point, and I thought, right, they live 10 minutes apart.
Right, okay.
I've done a 2-on-2 with Raptor, and I was with Raptor every day at that point. It was the worst thing I've ever done in my life. Because you have to with a 2-on-2, you'll know this as well. Like, you have to sort of give away a lot of your own writing style.
Yes.
Whereas Raptor's very multi-heavy and delivers aggressively. I like to build to a punchline.
Yeah.
So I have to go. All right.
Compromise with it.
Where Raptor and Bobby said they were fighting pretty much fist fighting in the living rooms. Saying that.
I can imagine them two as well.
Go punching each other, going, "Yep, it's working."
So that's one of the announcements for Apex, and by the time this drops, we would have had the headline announcement.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were going to build it.
No. You said that you like to build up to a punch.
I was gonna play the announcement. We're gonna play the.
You left it, Cap, bro.
All right, I'll tell you what.
That's for the drama.
Yeah. You know what?
You've done the announcement.
Wow. Fucking hell! Wow. Fucking hell! Thesaurus is back.
Thesaurus is back.
Watch me not even cutting the video.
I can't even be a villain to that one. That is amazing. Bizzo versus Thesaurus.
Thesaurus, the biggest danger to UK customs in the battle rap world. 5 times he hasn't got in.
Fuck's sake.
Still, you haven't learned.
Pressure.
We're doing it properly this time.
What's the tactic to get him in?
Just doing it properly, mate.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
Correct paperwork.
Oh, what's
Make
that?
sure he's in. A visa.
Oh shit!
You'd be surprised how cheap they are.
You would have thought that maybe we would have got one back then, but shit, Bizzo versus Thesaurus.
Yeah, I feel like Bizzo's earned it as well now. Like I was saying this to Bizzo the other day. He's gone from bottom of Apex to top in the space of a year. So
that's incredible.
I think what's a promising thing for I guess me as a fan watching this, if you get that belt, you are being pushed.
Yeah, that was the whole. The thing is, we've never had no disrespect to anyone else who's had the belt, but we've never had a champion that wanted to be champion.
Yeah.
Like Matter doesn't promote anyway. He's a sick battle rapper, but Matter just turns up and has a laugh, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yunan, as much as I love Yunan, he's just all over the place.
Yeah.
Rivers give it up straight away, and then it was just like we've always wanted a champion that made the belt credible
and just wanted to own it.
Yeah, Bizzo wants the belt.
He wears that belt like he's.
Even wearing
baby.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Have you seen Thesaurus live?
No, never seen Thesaurus live.
He wasn't on the show. No.
He was on the 4th. That was at Cable.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've never seen him live.
Bro.
Does that matter in the UK? Was one it when he choked? Did he choke?
Yeah, potentially. I mean, you could say his last battle was Ark at Amsterdam, but in UK, I believe so. I don't think.
Yeah, no, Dublin. That was the last time.
Oh yeah, that's the last time I saw him. That's O'Shea.
4th birthday.
Yeah.
Last time we went to UK was 4th birthday. Otherwise, I'd have seen him.
Right, Thesaurus is different live, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward.
He's a beast, isn't he?
So he's Mr. Two-time everything.
He must be more than 2-time now. He was 2-time 12 years ago.
I think he got 3 times or something.
He must.
Versus the champion. That's crazy.
I mean, he's also had a bit of a break from battling as a whole.
Yeah.
He's been taking up poker and being like a UFC fan.
The thing with Thesaurus, he's been relevant in every era of battle rap. I don't think anyone else, besides maybe Ilmac, could say that.
Yeah. Ilmac probably
great
even.
to have him. There must be so many fans that haven't seen him live in the UK.
I've never seen him.
Actually, do you know who else? Probably Ark.
Yeah,
Ark probably has been.
So glad Ark's back.
Yeah.
Oh, another battle we got Ark versus
Moke. I'm glad Ark wanted Moke.
Yeah.
Because honestly, when Ark hit, the reason Ark's not been booked is we've just not been able to find anyone for him for ages, or things have fell through. And I basically said to him, who do you want in Apex? And he said, give me someone who's new and relevant.
Yeah.
So I sent him a list of names and he picked Moke. Like,
that's a great choice.
Can't rate it more than that, yeah.
Great choice.
For him to step in and give someone like Moke a shot is sick.
Yeah, it's good.
And I'll be honest, I think Moke might be one of the most dangerous.
Yeah.
Like his range and I think his level of ability, like he's very dangerous. I don't think he's found himself.
He's still learning, yeah.
That's what I mean.
I think he's tightening each. I felt bad. I feel like I said on maybe the first episode we did that I didn't think his material was that tight. I think he's got really good punchlines, but there was quite a lot of filler in when I first saw him. And then since then, the 2-on-2, I thought he was really fucking strong throughout, and I heard he was really good in the battle versus you.
Yeah, he was. He started angling, which he didn't do originally.
Yeah,
he started putting rounds together.
Yeah, it's really good.
I think he was victim. A lot of people do when they first come in, they just write punchlines.
Yeah, you're not really sure you're trying to do it at the beginning.
He's still going to have to write up for Ark. Ark's going to be fucking hungry. He hasn't battled in 4 or 5 years.
I think that's the thing with Ark. A lot of fans don't know who Ark is, which is mad.
I know. But again, as I said, I mean, we talked about it in the last one. As far as names that we're talking about as relevant in every year of battle rap, Ark is the
Hall of Fame.
Potential founder of the UK scene in a lot of ways. I know it's Harry and Ara and stuff, but he was the original guy. So I'm looking forward to seeing him come back on the same event as Thesaurus. Thesaurus, I imagine, is going to be super hungry. Wants to show off to the UK.
And that was a battle that was meant to happen, wasn't it? That fell through as Ark Thesaurus.
Yeah, and let's look. It's a very different battle to Bizzo versus Tony.
Crazy.
He's got another potential classic on his hands.
So we can do an edit thing, possibly because we've been given permission, if it's still okay, that we can announce one of the battles here right now.
Let me see which one you want.
Okay, here we go. In for a treat.
Haven't we just announced Thesaurus?
No, that's already already announced. We're getting an exclusive on That's Alright.
That's going to be the title of the video, just to get us a couple more views. Exclusive.
Well, you can tell me what I'm allowed to have out of a.
Tell you what's left.
Okay,
Shotty versus Lux.
Shotty versus.
What? That's crazy. Sorry, I shouldn't have been looking.
That doesn't make money, but if I book that, I am retiring.
Jesus.
I didn't even see that coming.
It feels like it's just a hype show for showing off your battles.
Yeah. Did you see that?
Rap losers.
Yeah.
There we go. Shit. So is that on Apex as well?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. So
Did you not just see it?
Yeah. Well, I'm just processing that. Art, Source, O'Shea, all back to one event.
I just want to say I love these announcements. The fighting character select things. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the gamer in me. I love it. The ding 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 ding.
No,
Yeah.
bro, yeah, it's the old nostalgia thing for me.
Yeah.
You saw
yeah.
Blackout and thought, you know what, you did it wrong.
I know.
Yeah.
We were talking about lab
we did it for
earlier.
lab battles,
For
yeah,
lab,
that was
I was watching. I've been watching the lab. I watched you in an innuendo thing versus.
half.
Oh, we did it before.
Yeah. It was like it's
Yes,
for
lab
the.
battles,
Oh,
and then
it's
Street
just a little
Fighter or
throwback.
whatever.
Yeah, the event was called Street Fighter, so I just
Street Fighter.
remade the Street Fighter intro.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't we use Street Writer at some point?
No,
Well, I just stole that.
Beat
off you.
Fighter, I think.
Oh, we did
Beat
Beat
Fighter.
Fighter.
Beat
Yeah.
Fighter, yeah.
Beat Fighter.
Look, there's a lot of puns.
Yeah.
It works on that.
But Briggzy versus O'Shea.
Fucking hell.
Brilliant.
How did-
Big. We've got O'Shea back. We have a clap for O'Shea. We got O'Shea back. We love O'Shea. We love O'Shea.
So it's gone from behind the camera at lab battles going, who's this guy? He's
Yeah, to
cold.
battle him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Up to now,
bro,
you get the
O'Shea is a
battle.
proper bucket list battle.
Wow.
It was meant to happen on Apex 2, but obviously his dad passed away
Yeah.
like 2 weeks before the event, so we didn't do it. And then
Yeah.
it was meant to be on another event, but his son got COVID when COVID had just like become a thing. Shouts to O'Shea for coming back as well.
Yeah, big respect.
This was the one he wanted to do. Like I offered him everyone else because I thought this was dead and gone sort of thing.
Yeah.
But he said, "No, let's just do it. I owe it you, so let's do
You
it."
said Arsenal,
"Yeah, no." He's like,
Shotgun,
"No."
Shug,
Yeah,
K-Shard.
I want
no.
the original Lou Cypher.
There you go. I knew it. I knew it.
So yeah, but nah, it's a bucket list one. As I've always said before, to stop battling, O'Shea's got to be like one that's done.
Wow, O'Shea's back. I'm so excited.
How do you?
I'm not even
I
guessing.
mean, like obviously, like I know you, and I know that you are like comedy focused. But I think for certain people, they might not know that your material generally, like you might be seen as more of a bar guy
Yeah.
or something like that. How do you feel? This is a question for both of you actually. Like approaching a battler that is a comedian versus someone who's super bar heavy.
I like it. I like the challenge of it because you can have a bit. Same battling Frost. It's like I can have fun with the battle.
Yeah.
I don't have to like battling Black Tea on Saturday was a completely different approach.
Yeah.
I had to be bad everywhere. It's not. I love writing that shit. I'm from a punchline background anyway,
Yeah.
so I love writing it. But you don't get to show your funny side when you do that, and I like taking the piss out of shit. And my manx are funny.
Yeah.
I think so anyway. And obviously Scousers are funny, so we should have. And me and Osh have partied together. We've been on mad nights. We've seen some mad shit. Like, so I get to tell stories in this and have a bit of a laugh.
Sick. And for you?
I agree. I mean, like, when I battled Frank, I was so conscious on being a writer in that battle. Like, I threw in jokes because I have to stay true to myself, but I was so conscious of being a writer, and it was grueling writing it out. Like every word has to be so. I'm selective. Like that. No, that's the wrong word. That needs to change, and it needs. It didn't feel natural, if you know what I mean. Whereas like when I'm writing for a jokey battle, well, it's not a jokey battle, but like say the CGA battle and Raptor, they both fell out onto the page.
Yeah.
It was just so simple to write, and it just felt so much more natural to me than battling Frank, where I was like so conscious of having to do.
Forgot you mentioned you battle Raptor as well, and you did it on such short prep, and I obviously you probably know more than anyone like how hard that is to do, and you executed it so well. Like how did you? Sorry to interrupt you by the way. Like how like just take me through your process of that. Was you stressed for that? Was that stress for you, or was it like
honestly?
Because I think you was amazing in that, and I think sometimes those kind of pressure like brings out the best in me, and it looked like you bring the best out in
honestly, I've never felt more comfortable turning up to a battle event than I did for that rap.
You feel less pressure because you knew you had the short prep kind of thing.
In my head, I was thinking as well, like it doesn't matter if I lose.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if I lose. No one's gonna really be like, you lost a Raptor. Like, I mean, of course, if I fucked it up, everyone would be on me. But I just felt like so comfortable, and I was, like I say, it just fell out onto the page. I was like, I want to say this. I'm done. And memorizing of it as well. I honestly, I recorded myself on notes, on the voice notes. I've built a zoo. I've gone outside to smoke my zoo and like sort of rehearse. And I did it first time, not looking at the bars.
Right.
First time.
And I gave you the confidence.
Yeah.
I'm settled, and you know, like the whole day I'm like, something's gonna go wrong. Everything's gone too smoothly for this to go right, and it went right. I really enjoyed it.
Great battle. I know you've probably already seen it, but go watch it. You probably want to watch it again after hearing it because Raptor's amazing, Frost is amazing. Great 1 round battle, and I love I love 1 round battles.
I actually need to watch that battle.
Honestly, it's great. So go watch that battle. I wanted to ask you another question, Frost. Like, what does the title, the Premier Battles title, mean to you? Because you're someone who's gaining momentum now, and I mean, you can't be too far off putting your name in contention. Maybe this one you miss out, but the next one, surely you'll be like, I might be able to.
I've seen people say my name, and I'm like, not yet.
Yeah.
Like, not yet, lads. Like,
but 2023 is definitely a possibility in the horizon.
So in my head, what I sort of said to myself is, this year I want to have a really good year. I want to put myself in the top 3 of the Battle of the Year conversation. Like, whether I make it or not is a different matter, but I want to put in that conversation.
Set that standard for yourself.
So for next year, if it does come up that like a title run, then I'm eligible for it. Because in my own head, I think I don't deserve it yet. Do you know what I mean? I haven't really done the impact that I want to do before that.
What's your hit list that you feel like you need to do to get there? Or what is like your little battle checklist you want to do?
I mean, it's weird because I don't really ever sort of plan things out in a sense of like, I want to do him, and I get to this point. But like, I mean, credit to you guys. I think you booked me with that in mind as well. Yeah. Like, I think having the Briggzy battle and having the Slester battle, because Slester's another person who could be compared to me. So if I give him a fucking body, if I body Slester, then it's like, well, Frost is.
Yeah.
He's in the top of his grade sort of thing. If I lose to Slester, then it gives him the so I feel like it's like, again, it's being put on. The track is sort of laid out.
And do you want to get to champ?
Do you know what?
Or does that
can I say
ego?
Can I say, like, I don't mean this as disrespect. In fact, I find it kind of similar to myself in the sense that obviously the title is great, and that's like, you wanna aim for that. But I feel like in a similar sense to me, you're such like a charismatic battler that you don't necessarily have to be like, not that everyone needs a title, but you don't necessarily need to have that title to be booked. It's like people want to watch you anyway, and they want to watch you against good names anyway, because do you know what I mean? Where some people, there's some people may like need to make that avenue to get that title, whereas I feel like you're such a character anyway. Like UFC, so you have certain fighters that don't need to be champions. You want to watch that person fighting anyway because they're
Jorge Masvidal.
But even still, you're tuning to watch Jorge Masvidal because it might be a knockout. You're not watching because I think he's the Sugar Sean is who I popped ahead. The English guy, like we were saying, Paddy the Baddie.
There's battles like that in there. I've always thought Shuffle for the Don't Flop title was weird. Like, I don't think I ever need to associate Shuffle with champion. He's at the top of the game anyway.
But it's with 2-on-2 you kind of want to, or just because they are the benchmark that all other 2-on-2s are put against. Whereas like as a solo, I don't think it needs to be.
He's never going to jeopardise the booking of Shuffle. He is at the top of the game. You know what I mean?
It doesn't elevate him any further to be the champ.
It's like us putting the belt on Shotty. He's not going to do anything like.
No. It would just solidify the belt to Shotty. If you know what I mean? Because
like Bizzle makes sense right now because he's the most active, he's hungry, and he's representing it. And then there is
and that has actually made a prestige for him, right? That's raised his level. But let's say when say his title reign is done, he then he won't be in a position where that he needs that again. It's like you're now that battler. You don't.
The thing is, what Bizzle's done as well is he's made other battlers, which wasn't happening before, going, I want the belt. Even Bobby coming back. Raptors had 2 years out, come back because he wants the belt. Art come back, like Moke wants the belt. Like everybody wants it.
That's interesting. So like, I mean, we're talking about belts, talking about like crops coming through. One thing I'd be interested in, I think it's a common problem across all of battle rap. How hard have you found it trying to get new women rappers into the scene?
It's impossible, man. It's genuinely impossible.
Yeah.
Like, we've reached out to them on TikTok and everything. Like, we had a day where we literally went through Instagram videos, like freestyles, and they're just not interested.
Yeah.
I think it's going to take one to come through and do well.
Yeah.
And what we need to stop doing as a scene as well is going, oh, there's a woman, let's go and put her against Lizzie C. No, let's build. We were talking to Lady Shocker before. Lady Shocker's first a cappella battle before she was good.
We can't really say what it was, but we had some sort of shoot, right? And Lady Shocker did her first.
Lady Shocker battle didn't. You can't say anything.
We can't say what it was.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
just checking.
But yeah, she really adapted well because it was her first and second a cappella battles. She's someone, obviously we want more names than one, but it's good to have a start. She's definitely someone I'd like to see have an a cappella battle right for because I think she can pull that off. And
build from the bottom, like not go. Like Lizzie C's been battling for 5 years now, so just throwing them two because the women is a bad move for Shocker. All that's going to do is get her killed, and she goes, I'm not coming back.
Yeah, I think we struggled with it back in the day. I remember, like, I think probably quite a lot of the onus was put on DK, and I remember we really wanted to throw an all-female event, but like we couldn't throw it unless DK headlined it, and her problem was always that she didn't want to be considered a female rapper. She just wanted to be a rapper, and I do think that is, as you're saying, the culture needs to be. But I think getting some good women in is probably one of the things that will tip it over the
Yeah,
edge.
that's what we're trying, man. Like, this is one thing I wanted to do with the academy was from next year. I might leave the academy next year.
Yeah.
And because I want to do a year where the academy is us going to find talent.
Yeah.
And then the following year is let's say it's Team Frost and Team Quill.
Yeah.
For 1 year, we document you going to find rappers around the country.
That would be
and then
sick.
the year after
Yeah.
is your teams there.
Like Dana's looking for a fight.
Yeah,
I know
there's a
I
lot
keep
of
putting
content
this to
in
UFC.
Yeah.
No, but
we take a lot of inspiration from
Yeah. I mean, they are the marketing model who've sort of done it well, and I do think those kind of formats naturally fit into like battle rap in a
100%.
way.
We've done the academy 5 years now, and it's good.
Yeah.
But it needs to be. I need to refresh it. I think. So I
Yeah.
think that's probably the best, and it gives us more content.
Can I ask a question as well? Like, what kind of? I think maybe the fans want to know as well. I mean, you don't have to go too in depth,
Yeah.
but like, what kind of input would does Shotty have as well with in the because when you think of Premier Battles, you probably think of you and Shotty, and I know you're very heavily more hands on. But what kind of? Just
Shotty's not as day to day as he was because
Yeah.
he's got soft pro now, but. We had a big conversation about it the other day, like a big staff meeting thing, and he's just said he doesn't need to do anything. It's an oiled machine.
Yeah.
Shotty will come in and
as far as
see his
matchmaking,
face
then
and
would you
branding.
decide? Will you be the person who decides I want to put these together, or do you kind of?
We've just literally laid it all out. So Stroll now does all of Undisclosed. I don't touch them.
Okay. Oh yeah, big up Stro, by the way. We love Blood Stro.
Trouble does the plug. I don't touch them.
Okay.
The only events I'm actually matchmaking for now are Absolute and Apex.
So would Bloodstro and Trubs, would they come to you and say, is this okay, or do you just
yeah,
say...
no, they'll hit me up and go, I'm going to book so and so. Is that okay? Because what we do at the start of every year, we sit down, we have a big staff meeting, and we go through the entire roster.
Right, okay.
And we make cuts from the roster if we think people.
Yeah, you
I'm
my
not
name
good
off there,
enough.
have you?
Yeah,
You got my name on there, okay.
You're at the bottom somewhere. Nah, so what we do is we look at it, it's not cut, it's like, you know, there might be a battle rapper who's took a few losses and we go like, right, let's just not book them for 6 months, let them go somewhere,
Right, okay.
build confidence, come back, and then we go from there.
Oh,
but we also lay a path out. We don't tell the battle rappers,
Yeah.
but we sort of know where Frost is going to go this year.
Okay.
If he continues winning, if he loses at this point, that's where he goes then. Because we try and run it like the UFC essentially. We want to know who our next contenders are going to be.
Yeah. I was wondering if that was the case. I mean, like, again, not most battle rappers won't know this and most rappers won't know this, but we did the exact same thing in terms of we put people as 1s, 2s or 3s.
Yeah.
And if they dropped below that and went to a 4, we'd be like, you know, this person can only go on the extra channel, this person can only do this. But it was watching, again, like, it has to be a business behind the scenes. And, like, we couldn't say anything because obviously you build a personal relationship with the battlers. People want to be your friends. People get butt hurt over fucking people get their feelings hurt over anything, and just like if that information kind of leaked, people will just be like, oh, like why am I that? Where
but at the same day, you need to have your own value anyway, and you should be.
It wasn't like it was static. It was constantly under review of just like, okay, what are people's trajectories? I don't think we ever like laid it out, but I guess that's what I was interested in when I was asking earlier about who are the people going for.
I bet Bizzo must have been low in that bracket before the tournament.
Bizzo was low on our list.
The way we do it is like you say, it's not static. We reassess everyone after every event.
Yeah.
So I've got I'm pretty formulated. I'm pretty over the top with OCD with this sort of shit. So I have spreadsheets for everything. But I've got every battler's form, so I know who's won, how many rounds we think they've won or lost.
And would that be just in Premier Battles?
Just Premier. I don't.
Okay.
That's why I always say whatever you do anywhere doesn't affect what you do in Prem. I don't care if you're champion on Don't Flop or you're champion on Rapid Flop. If you're not doing it on Prem.
Yeah.
It's what it is. Same with UFC. If you're the Bellator champ, you can't walk in and fight for the UFC title.
Yeah. Although you could have a bit of a elevated,
hit the ground running,
like Michael Chandler.
These people as well, like fucking Scoop, for example, is making his debut on Prem. I'm not going to put him on the bottom of the card.
No.
He's
built a brand
at the same time. He doesn't get the
and
title.
they're not coming into that list at the bottom of the pile. They're coming into the list where it makes sense.
I can always see let's do Crafty and Bizzo. Crafty wouldn't get a Bizzo battle on Prem.
No.
Crafty would have to come and work his way up Prem to get Bizzo.
Fair.
That's the way we see it.
I respect it.
Yeah,
and I think that's right. I think that's the right way to do it.
But that is a salacious bit of hacking if it came out. People would be Devo, because I don't think people are willing to like see how they're rated by other people. But as you say, if it's all over stats and how you've used stuff,
we don't have anything like bottom tier. It's none of that because it changes. We just have a win record.
Yeah,
and we can sort of see, but it's not even just a win record. obviously we take into account the academy, so the academy wins are valued less than main stage wins.
Right,
Would you take into account if it's like a high profile loss in a well contested battle?
Yeah, like
obviously not.
Like I know Cole J's got Real Deal, but he's had to go and battle Visual before he got Real Deal.
Yeah.
He's just so happens with the Visual battle was rescheduled to this look event. It was meant to be in Scotland. But we had to lock Real Deal in. Cole J was the next in line for an international on the Prem.
So how long has Quill been at the bottom of the list?
About 3 years now.
Yeah.
I'd love nothing more than an
I'll be battling you soon.
He's done 2 rounds in 3 years, man.
Hey, I'm here though. I know you don't book me.
You know what it is with Quill? I said this to Frankie earlier, like, you can't book Quill in the middle of the card. He has to be headline, co-headline. Yeah. But by doing that, you can't have 5 headlines on one card.
Yeah.
So like for Apex, for example, we've got the headline, we've got the co-headline. If you said to me, I'll battle anyone, right? I can get you a battle, but I can't just give you anyone.
Like even we got me on the card, I battled Moke, and it was no disrespect, but I think even at the time he was like, I don't think you'll take this battle. But I looked, I was like, let's do it. So sometimes it just doesn't
match.
But just so you know, we're good, and
no, bro.
You'll see me on Premier Battles very soon.
I'd have Quill on every event.
We're good.
Every time I hit you up, I always go, don't. Like you said the same. I'll hit you up and go, I don't know if you're gonna take this, but this is what.
And even if I turn down,
and you've turned down battles at the same time.
So it's
what it is.
Do you turn down battles?
Do you know what? I think I've only ever turned down one, like just off of ego, I guess.
Who?
Savant.
Who?
Savant. So it was like.
Jeez.
After his first academy, and I don't know where he went out, but I honestly I didn't know who he was. I didn't know the name, and it got thrown to me. I was like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like an ego thing, because I would have taken it if it was like, this is all we've got.
Yeah.
But it was just like, do you know what? If there's anyone else, you find me someone else, and I can't remember who got replaced. But it just didn't. I didn't know who he was.
Frost is a diva.
It doesn't give you that much to multi off of.
And I turned down. What is a big battle, but just didn't feel correct for me at the time. I turned down Real Deal.
What? But yeah, fair.
It felt so ridiculous that I got offered him. I'll be honest.
Shout out.
No, it's the other ones. Well, yeah.
Why did you turn it down?
It just didn't make sense. I just don't feel like it just feels like I'm going into that battle as the complete underdog.
Yeah, you wasn't ready though.
And Real Deal's amazing. It's not like he's
I
gonna
respect
like
that, because if you got absolutely
and he would have
fried
treated
as
you
well,
like
he would have treated me like I'm Thesaurus. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's never come into a battle like, well, you're under me, so I'm gonna write accordingly. He comes in full steam, and I don't.
Do you know how many battlers will be watching this livid that you did that?
No, but I respect it because like I said,
frosted.
if he got absolutely bodied, like
do you know what I mean?
it might stand in the career where, like I said, now he's in a position where now you could. And it's not like
even now, I'd still say like.
But if you put a respectable showing on, it puts you on the map internationally.
Of course it does, but I
can do.
It
didn't
just
feel right.
felt like I'm stepping out of my comfort zone way too far. Like I can build up to that battle, and like, if it's available now, it's available next year.
You can't be pushed too early though. Like Georgie Roots, prime example of it. And I like Georgie, but doing the Tony D battle on an era versus era card
wasn't the best move.
No, but even like the era, that's what the era versus era is. It's top tier versus newcomers.
Yeah.
But then that doesn't necessarily mean straight away that's your tier from now on. That's the criteria.
Let's talk about it since you brought it up, era versus era, because that just happened this weekend. And the headline, like you said, was Shuffle T versus Georgie Roots. And and we'll get Shuffle T on in a moment. We're blessed with his presence, so he can give us a further detail as to the battle. But there's like this, people say about, and I say it as well, he gets the big battles.
Yeah.
But he does always lose.
Yeah.
But he is entertaining and he puts out a good product. So for me, that's the main thing. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of people, and maybe I agree a little bit as well. There does have to be a point where it's like, you need to win a battle now. But then again, does he have to win a battle if he's putting out?
It's not even winning. For me, what happened with Georgie? This is my own personal opinion, by the way. When he's at the Tony battle, he's only wanted opponents of that level. So what he's done there is he's left behind a whole catalogue of great battles because he thinks he's up here. And no disrespect to him.
Well, it happened to me, didn't it? I'm a victim of that as well.
Yeah, because it usually didn't happen.
Yeah.
But like he could have fucking...
No, it's true though.
It's shown when he came back to battle visual, he wasn't as hungry for it, and visual washed him. And it's like, obviously Georgie, I've heard, was great against Shuffle. He was good against Cole J, for me, took the 30 on him.
Yeah.
But like, if Cole J would have had before that, not Cole J, sorry, Georgie Roots, 5 or 6 battles, even with like Frost and people like all working their way up to the same level, he'd be in a much better position now to go.
I think so.
Where he's at. I mean, he's learned, and
but he's also like, I feel like he's not that level as well. Like you're saying, he loses to Koji, because he's not that level. But he is good enough and charismatic enough that you want to see him again. Like sometimes, I'm like, Koji is better than him, and I'm just saying Koji is an example. There's other battlers like Koji is better than him, but maybe Georgie's more watchable because he's just got something more. Even though he's not as good, he's still watchable.
He's become a bit of a Dan Hooker character. Sorry to keep using UFC, but where he's just like a bit of a gateway that puts on good performances, but fundamentally doesn't really win.
Bro, Raptor was the same.
Even like I'll say like a Cowboy Cerrone.
I was going to say that, but I thought it was a par because he hasn't put on a good.
No, he's got the respect of Cowboy, but he's probably going to lose. But we watch him because he's
but
it's a stick Raptor got for years in Dot Flop. He didn't win battles, but he gave great performances, and that's what Georgie was doing.
So we're going to go into it, but how did he? Against Shuffle T, who you got winning that battle? Because you was there. You was there, but you didn't see it. You had to leave the venue. Did you go?
I missed it. I was working.
No one was there. We could call someone who was there.
Let's do it
All
if we can.
Hey, old pals.
How you doing?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Cool.
How are you guys doing? You alright?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Got his books in the background. He's plugging already.
These.
These little things.
That's the point of sale. Do you know what I mean?
Is that laminated? Oh, it's actually.
It's got a stand. It's for when we finally get it in a bookshop.
Do you take that down to Waterstones and just put it down on the shelves?
Yeah, but no copies of the book, so they ask for it and then they have to order some in. No one's asked yet, but they will.
Yeah, they will.
How are you doing today, Shuff? How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, not bad, thank you. It's been a pretty good day. Did a bit of cleaning, you know.
Nice.
Bit of relaxing. Not bad. How about you guys?
Quill won the championship today.
No.
I'm a champion, bro.
I thought we weren't allowed to mention what you did.
Oh yeah, can we bleep that out, please?
Yeah. That would do shit.
Yeah.
The champion.
No, stop, Shuffle, bleep.
You can't come.
Oh, it was actually a branded activation by
some sort of the biggest
a
brand.
famous shop.
Yeah.
Oh, Tennessee Fried Chicken.
Exactly.
Yeah. Uncle Sam.
I thought you meant like, you know, when you play chicken, as in like you're ducking out the way of a car.
Well, yeah.
You couldn't mention it because it was too naughty, and so I'm like.
Well, they did that afterwards.
With their full tummy, you fucking mugs.
We were just discussing the event after the weekend, and Briggzy said he walked out when your battle was on because he couldn't be asked to watch. So we don't actually have anyone to tell us how your battle went.
Unbelievable, really, isn't it?
I missed it, mate. I had to get my train.
Yeah, I had to get your train. What he's not telling you, he's laughed at the building.
Arsehole.
Oh.
Yeah. But how the battle went?
I don't even want to talk about it. I just want you to be funny for.
Well, just ask him some questions, and being funny might happen.
All right. Okay. Yeah, go on. All right. Tell us about your battle.
Producer.
Yeah.
How
did the battle go? Look, we wanted to do a bit of a wrap up of the event, find out how it went.
Yeah, well, I mean, it went good, man. I was happy with the battle. It was sort of a mixed bag. I think, like, for me, like, I mean, Briggzy, you probably had gone by this point. Had you gone by the time that the balaclava guy was on?
I left when he came on, yeah.
What
do you mean, balaclava?
Wait, what?
He was a guy in a balaclava all event, yeah.
There was a battler in a balaclava, daylight style.
Right.
And
it was hot in there as well.
It was hot, and it started to get heated between him and his opponent. So it started to. They started. There was a bit of an argument going. I thought they were going to throw hands.
Oh no!
But they didn't throw hands. Just
professional
insults, but not yet rhyming.
Did he actually? Did he reference daylight, or he was just totally going for it? Like?
I don't think so. No, I don't think daylight came up, which is fine. But then I think, and then like, because when you, I mean, I don't know this person even by name, I'm afraid.
Or
But,
face.
I think when you come into a battle and you're ballied up,
Right.
there's a certain, it's quite an arresting image, isn't it? And you're quite intimidating. It's quite, there's a lot of swag that goes into a move like that. And so you can't then forget your stuff 4 bars in.
Oh, is this the Endeezy dude?
No, it was AR versus Bracer.
What, who
No
choked?
disrespect to Briggs. There was a lot of chokes that day.
No disrespect to Briggs.
But the guy in the marsh choked.
The guy in the mask choked.
Oh no, you can't do that.
That's so awkward.
As well. I think it took about 10 minutes to get through the first round. These things do happen.
Yeah.
They do.
Can you imagine that holding up a bank like with the balaclava? You like start choking. What was I gonna say? Give me your money.
It's not great practice it, but it's not going down in Lloyd's.
Oh shit! So was it when he started choking that he started insulting him outside of rhyme?
No. So that happened before I think even the camera was on, and then it did start to happen again when he called time, and then the other guy went, and I think he started his round by just going, "You're fucking shit, mate," and then the other guy was just quite annoyed because obviously there's a lot of frustration in that moment.
Right.
So then it started to get a bit heated.
Now we don't want to hear about that rubbish though. We want to hear about your battle with Georgie Roots.
I know a lot of people were wondering if you going over to No Loose Chat, were you going to start barging people left, right, and centre? Were you going to start throwing your weight around?
Hoped you behaved yourself.
Did you?
Very shoulders.
No, I was a good boy. I didn't attack anyone physically.
Did you wear your coat? Did you wear the shuffle
No,
coat?
I didn't wear the coat because it was too hot, and I'm glad I didn't because we were in that little fucking the basement for about 8 hours. I nearly died. So if I had taken the coat, I would have had to. Yeah.
What outfit did you wear?
I went for a pink top,
Nice.
Ooh.
salmon,
Wow.
and black jeans, and then Georgie had a pink top.
Oh.
And the exact same shade of pink, and pink shorts, and
Was there any pink
hair.
freestyles?
Pink hair, yeah.
Any
Pink
salmon
hair.
salmon
Yeah.
freestyles?
sorry.
Any pink freestyles?
No, but there was a bit where when he started, he was like, "You and me are nothing alike." And I was like, "Well, we're a bit alike."
Yeah.
We have one. You must admit, we have one. But yeah, so I think it went well, man. Like it was. I wanted to go first because basically, so the reason I brought up that battle wasn't just to rag on the balaclava guy, but a lot of the energy got like dissipated in the room. Like a lot of the energy had sort of gone.
Yeah.
And it had really taken a lot of time to get through that battle, and so they came up and said, Snoop came up and said, "You guys are next." And I really quickly went up to Georgie and was like, "We're gonna have to do a lot to get the energy back in this room."
Yeah.
And then, so I wanted to go first because I knew I was sort of like probably the least known, and like to me it kind of felt better for the energy for me to go as someone who's a bit less well known in that room.
Yeah.
And then for Georgie to come back on that would be like, okay, it's gonna elevate in terms of what they enjoy. Do you know what I mean? Because Georgie, I think, is going to be more their cup of tea. So I think it goes better for them to go me doing sort of low energy, taking the piss, and then Georgie going, "Fuck you, bro," and like getting up and it's gonna escalate rather than go big from Georgie and then I'm like, "All right, how you doing? You alright?" So I thought that would work better. So I went first, and it was a bit of a trek to get the momentum sort of going. But it did sort of like slowly come, and people started to sort of see what I was doing. There was a couple of annoying bits where like I went to say something and someone from the crowd predicted it, or Georgie predicted it, and it took the steam away of bits that I know would have gone down so much better without that. But there was a couple of bits like that which were a bit annoying. His first round was really good. I think in terms of like how he controlled the room, I think he probably got the first. And then second, I think people started to get more on my wavelength a bit and understand what I was doing, and then he sort of went for a bit of a jokey approach as well, so it's quite well matched. And then the third round again sort of like was building up, and I think his was more of a sort of one of those things where it was more of a gradual building thing, whereas mine was a bit more punch heavy. So I think the way I see it, I think I got the second I'm sure I got the third. I won't go too much into the angles and stuff because obviously I want people to watch the battles. But like for me, the angles maybe weren't from him like as effective as they could have been. And for me, I think some of the angles I went for maybe would have worked in a room where like everyone was on my side, which they just weren't. Which is fine because like it was a good challenge, but like.
Can I just ask you, Shuffle? Like, first off, you were definitely the most known person in that room. I couldn't let you get away with that one. But
he's right there.
Hey, at least the camera didn't die on your battle, mate.
I like to think of that as being like the camera had sentience and it was like I can't be bothered to watch this.
Camera got the train. But yeah, other than the actual like battle, what is your actual like? I just want to know your opinion on because we were talking about Georgie Roots and just like what was your thought process? Because I was saying, you know, he's quite known that he's obviously not probably as good as someone like you or the people, but he is good enough to make watchable battles. And like, what's your opinion on him? Like, and also, did you feel like some pressure? Like, I have to win this because you know, I'm expected to. Just what's your opinion on Georgie Roots?
I mean, like in terms of whether or not I needed. Well, I'll start from the other side. Actually, Georgie, I think is good, and I do like him. And I think he's probably one of the better people to come out in the last few years who does that style. I do think at the same time, there's a lot of people who do that style. And there's a lot of people who do it, who have been doing it longer, who I maybe prefer. You know, if we're talking about people who can just like bar, black sheep, then I'm like, Frankie's just amazing at that, and you know, and not just Frankie. There's loads more who are just like really, really good at that style. Who have something else in that kind of like they've developed so much that they've got like, oh, that's a very Frankie punchline, or that's a very Frankie way to rhyme that. Whereas with Georgie, I think maybe I don't know how long he's been rapping, but he's been battling only a few years, and I think there's still some development in those kind of aspects that can come out. And I did allude to that in the battle where I said something like, you could take one bar of mine and mix it up with 100 more, and people would be able to tell which one was mine and be fucking sure. I could take a bar from you and 2 other newcomers from the current core, and nobody would ever be able to identify which one was yours. And I was trying to get across the fact that like, yeah, there's some really good stuff here. There's some really good material, but like, I don't always see like, oh, that's a Georgie bar.
It's not original.
I don't really get it like that.
Did you?
Whereas I do get it with Quill, and I do get it with Briggzy even.
Did you finish that line?
You can't see me on camera.
Did you finish the line with?
Oh, Frost there.
Yeah, and Frost. You see it with Frost as well, don't you?
No.
Did you finish that line with? Because what I say is magic like Dumbledore.
No, I didn't.
No,
good.
you didn't.
It was like
could have.
I think I just said "fuck you, George," which is just
Oh.
great, you know, it's concise. It's, you know.
Next time, if you want to use that,
I'll call you, mate.
Yeah.
Keep that hotline open.
Thanks, man. I will.
You two also have a thing going on. Sorry, I don't know why
We
I said
had
that.
a thing.
Yeah,
actually.
Aren't you doing a am I wrong in saying a live show or?
Me and Shuffle actually fell out, so we're not doing it anymore.
Oh,
that's why there hasn't been an episode. Shuffle, we've got beef.
Can we rectify that beef?
You agreed to talk to me
today?
Yeah. It just it just turned sour. There's only so much one person can take.
What's happening, guys? I thought that there was like a live show going on or something. Well, it's not happening no more.
Yeah, there might be.
There might be.
Maybe.
It's all about the money.
Yeah, maybe if.
If the Skrilla's there.
The bunts.
Your camera's doing the same thing it doesn't sound like, where it's suddenly low grade and a bit shit.
Lucky it sounds like and not looks like, because you're blurry at the moment. Ooh.
There you go.
Chicken champ.
Bleep it.
Yeah, we're thinking about doing a live show, aren't we, Shuff?
We are toying with the idea, toying with that. I think it would be a good idea. I think, you know, we've got 3 ticket holders right here, haven't we?
Yeah. What, are you getting 2 of them, Briggzy?
2.5.
I'm on the show.
Actually,
you're in?
It's probably 2.
Yeah?
If you put Briggzy and Frost together.
Fair enough. Take it.
Not bad.
But yeah, I think like it was always our goal to try and take it to live. I think we always imagined it. I don't like, you know, the whole idea, or at least I think for me and Shuffle's idea, obviously, and it was something that we used to do at pubs. But when we started doing it, we just looked at the battle world or rap world and thought that there wasn't anything keeping people entertained or filling the gap. I know like there'd been some events, and after us doing it with Charlie Hyams and someone else random online, we decided why don't we just do this? And I said to Shuffle, all right, let's do it in 4 days. And he managed to turn around a script. And it was literally just something that we thought we'd do to keep people entertained over lockdown. I don't think either of us thought it would be as big as it was.
Yeah, all jokes aside,
it was massive, wasn't it? It was absolutely huge.
We had like nearly 3,000 subscribers at one point.
Oh, yeah, 3,000 subscribers.
Why are you talking like this in the past? Are you just? Are we having a little? Well, we are having a little break from it.
I think the same thing that made us is also the same thing that made it a little bit difficult. That when we were all at home doing nothing, we all had a lot more time to be able to do it, and it's
okay.
Well, you know, we're like, what are your thoughts, Shuffy?
I think like it was one of those things where we at one point we just had infinite time, and we were obviously working with people at the very beginning who were incredibly reliable because we knew them very personally, and so people could easily jump on. And then the stakes started getting bigger, and we were like, oh, we should have this person from America, this person from the US, or this person from Australia, or wherever. And then it became like just not equally as difficult, but getting on that same sort of like level of difficulty to get people in the same place at the same time. Yeah. And obviously, it's not like a paid opportunity. People are doing it for the love of it, because they enjoy the show. Yeah. And so then it becomes like, well, it's not like we're going to be like, where the fuck are you? You're rude. Like, because it's not really, you know, we can just check up and say, are you going to be on? But you're not going to hound people. Yeah. And then, so yeah, I think it was one of those things where people started changing their jobs and people started getting busier, and so priorities obviously get shifted about. And then before you know it, because there was never officially like every single week or every 2 weeks on the same day, because we never stuck to that, it started getting a bit further and further apart. I still think we've got like space to do some in the meantime on the build up to a
I agree.
Or something like that.
I think both me and you would like to do something probably a bit more comedy focused, maybe using people not necessarily from the rap world. I think it's a funny one because all of the people, like a lot of our core fan base are obviously battle world, and I think when Shuffle made it and I started producing and working on the series and directing it with him, I wanted it to be as much about people not getting it and not being good at multis. Right. Yeah, everyone who watches it is just like, oh, like have you put the most technical rapper versus the most technical rapper? And I think as much as that is valid, so is Phil Wang coming on and saying something completely random. Yeah. But he actually got really good at it. I think there's something funnier in using people that aren't from rap world. And I would like to.
Well, everyone can rhyme, can't they? That's the thing. Rhyming's quite easy.
But it's really funny when you set up a bunch of things and then someone just set like, I don't know, if everything rhymes on Dumbledore and then someone just says like, I don't know, I can't even.
It's not that easy, is it?
I'm too good at it to get it wrong. I'm too good at it. But if people get it wrong, it then automatically becomes funnier in my mind. So I think, it's probably looking like around October we might do a live one.
Yeah, I think that sounds doable. Yeah.
I think it'll be better in person. I think everyone's sort of done with consuming Zoom footage anyway now.
I think that's a part of it as well. Yeah, the numbers who were watching it live dipped down quite a bit because people were like,
are outside.
We're back going out. Yeah, I'm not in.
But yeah, you could say we'd probably do a couple more Zoom ones in the interim, and then probably October, mid-October. Yeah, mid-October. I'm working on venues at the moment with Shuff. We started a document today, and the aim would be to do it then. How many episodes we do in a day is another question.
Can you not use YouTube studios? Is that not a thing anymore?
That's actually a really good idea.
I think we've got access to it, bro.
Oh, there you go.
Good look at that.
YouTube studios would be very handy.
That'd be all good.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Like in the room that we did the
They moved offices. They're now in King's Cross, aren't they?
Okay.
But yeah, because originally we were talking, it was like fiddlers, and then Adam today said, Shuffle, sorry, said, what are people all just going to stand up? And I was like, oh shit, we actually can't use.
Don't use fiddlers. It's shit.
Well, yeah,
Won't be able to use fiddlers soon, Shuffle, because Bizzo,
It's a shithole,
Bison
mate.
Briggs has been slagging them
I
off.
think
So.
it was largely.
What's your beef with Fids?
It's a shithole.
Sticky floors, apparently. floors are sticky.
It's got shit vinyls on the wall. It's painted yellow. It's just an horrible mustard-coloured hellhole.
Briggsy is
fucking dead.
Briggsy is right. He is fundamentally very right.
No one likes fiddlers.
I
It's just
love-
like the
I love
nostalgia of
fiddlers.
fiddlers.
Tell me, Shuffle, what do you think of fiddlers?
I think Fiddlers is great. It's iconic.
Yeah,
Iconic.
You're
It's
someone.
like the questionable, you know.
But Shuffle,
motifs and,
what did you say?
decisions on decorations.
What did you
It's-
say earlier when I said to you, we need to sort out the production on this?
I said I don't know very much about production.
And
You
that's,
said, fuck the fiddlers.
and that's why you don't understand how bad Fiddlers is to use. Because you enjoy.
I'm happy to be in. I'm happy to be.
You enjoy going there, having a few beers with your mates and performing. You don't
Oh,
know
right.
about everything else that is
You
rapidly going wrong.
got anything else you want to promote before we get rid of you? Your little books and that, your albums and whatever, and got everything going on, ain't you? What's that? Your vase as well? Oh, the book, yeah.
Yeah, this is for sale on eBay.
Can we get like one page of your book? Are we allowed to have like a little one page of it?
If you're willing to pay the equivalent of what it is.
Yeah, Foster's got it. Foster will come.
Where is it? Kevin Kline.
Yeah.
Question Time.
Ooh.
Left Behind.
Oh.
Gemini.
Oh.
Edgar Wright. Jeopardize. Shepherd's Pie. Wesley Snipes. Genocide. Enterprise. Cellulite.
Wow.
All jokes.
I'm freestyling with it.
All jokes aside, no, the book is amazing. Honestly, that where.
Jets aside.
There you go.
Alright, don't buy it. We don't. Tell her where can I go? Where can I get it? Where can I get
Are
it?
you
Tell
ready?
her.
Wait a minute. I'm going to freestyle for you.
Oh.
Using the miracle of the book. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yo. Yo.
Yo. I'm a pirate. They call me Blackbeard. So if you come near me, you better stand clear. I'm about to go abroad on my gap year. Going abroad to India, Kashmir. And then I'm gonna get a wow. Smear. Don't know why. Don't have a vag here. I'm hollering from Hampshire, and I'm going over to Tangier.
Nice.
Tangier.
So it's actually it's really useful actually, that book.
You know, if the guy with the balaclava had your book, he would have been.
Maybe he did.
Yeah.
Too dark to read, but
Did-
his pages like printed on.
That's why he's angry.
Shuffle, did you buy that vase just to match the book?
Hat year.
You definitely. Where can they get the book, Shuffle?
Oh, I don't know. Shuffle-2.com/shop.
And we know you've got an album out. We know you've got an album.
It's an EP, but yeah, I keep calling it an album, but it is an EP.
It's an EP.
Technically, you can buy that from my album if you want, or get it for free on Spotify. Well, the choice. Which one will you go for? And then there's also commissions for people if you want to get a battle rap round written for your mate or your enemy.
How much?
Coaching sessions.
Yeah.
All right. And who have you ghostwrote for?
Aside from Briggzy. I don't know, I couldn't tell you. But that's the look. If you're watching this and thinking, "Oh, I'm not going to get him to do it," because they've just asked me and I haven't snitched.
That's true.
You know I'm reliable, if nothing else.
All right. Well, Shuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, title match loser, Shuffle T!
Thanks for joining us.
Alright, fuck off.
I'll message you in the thread later, mate. See you.
Alright, we love you. Thank you. Thank
Go
you.
it.
Be my friend, mate. Oh. So lovely to hear from Shuffle, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shuffle's the best
Oh,
man. I
he-
swear
he-
though. Hello.
Character,
It's just, I think he really makes my self-esteem good.
The scene's a better place for stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, in ways.
What scene's that then? Okay, got some couple questions.
Yeah, I think let's do some questions and wrap it up. We've kept everyone in for quite a long time.
Yeah. And we always breeze past the questions which people aren't happy about. Please, if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below. Hit us on the socials.
We'll
and
definitely
we'll,
read them.
Yeah, most of them will.
As approved.
First one is for you.
Oh, hello.
Well, it says your name anyway. I'd like to know from Briggzy the weirdest, funniest reasons people have no-showed, pulled out of battles for him as a league owner.
Fucking hell, I've had loads of mad ones. I had a guy, Rocky back in the day on Don't Flop, he was called Rocky as well. He was actually pretty cold.
Rocky, yeah.
Yeah,
Rocky.
he backed out because his front tooth fell out. That was one. You know what I'm going to say as well? Rivers against Bobby in the last event.
Yeah.
Couldn't get an Uber.
Yeah.
So he couldn't get an Uber.
Yeah, he left it. Basically, he tried to show
Left
us
it too late.
Pride
But
weekend.
it's Pride weekend,
Busy.
the wireless from South London.
No problem.
What else? I've had some mad ones, bro.
Sure, no Mac for Ireland with the cat.
The
when he
cat
found
stuck
the
in a
cat.
tree.
That's
something,
funny.
yeah.
That's funny.
What, you found a
Was
cat
it-
stuck in a tree?
No, like, he found a cat in his block, like just sort of
Stuck
a
in a
stray
tree.
cat in his block in a cage thing, and he just took it in and was like, well, what do I do with the cat? And didn't go to the event.
That's, yeah.
That is
That
gotta
is
be
sure.
gas.
That could be lies, yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably say the front tooth one's a bit mad. That's
Front
always stuck
tooth.
with me.
Was it he broke it or lost it? Did you say he
No, he
broke his
just
front
texted me
tooth?
saying my front tooth fell out, I'm not coming.
front
Which, to be
tooth
fair,
fell out,
my
it's
front
like a-
teeth come out, I'm not going
Yeah,
to camera.
yeah,
About
yeah.
falling out, you know.
Looking
Yeah.
like a hillbilly.
I've had loads of mad ones, man.
Know any mad ones?
I
From the time
can't,
of Don't Flop?
I can't actually remember any.
I'll be honest, what you always get is just personal reasons and nothing else. That's
Yeah.
a lot of the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
it's
Mine was
personal.
pretty mad. I went to
It's like when you don't
the
go.
venue and done the
Oh
battle.
yeah, I travelled
That's
up.
a good
Get-
Oh yeah,
Blizzard.
Quill, yeah,
I
Quill,
travelled
Blizzard.
up with you.
I travelled up to
Manchester.
Manchester.
So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
Would have been one of my
I
big
travelled up with you to Manchester with you just slowly getting more annoyed
Yeah.
and just like
Because he said he couldn't afford a train, so I was like, if he gets
True.
a train, I'm gonna be fucking angry.
like I love you as a person
It
and
was
you're
deep,
definitely
Rich.
in the right for losing your rag, but you can
Blizzard.
let things fester and
Yeah.
explode.
I'm a bit more mature now, but
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
very hot-headed in my early 20s.
Just to say, that
Yeah.
was my second Don't Flop event, so you thought that up.
That was your second? Oh, really? Yeah.
The second
I
promotion.
love
Yeah.
that you're still there. Wasn't that when we filmed the fake Public Enemy? And I came in and you were like, oh,
Yeah.
Public Enemy want a music video.
Well,
and I
it
shot
turned
it.
out to be Public Enemy, but like Public Enemy Group D, didn't they? Like,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
ones they take on tour when everyone else is knackered.
I was just like, who are these guys? I was like,
I
why
watched the
filming
video
Public
the other
Enemy?
day,
Oh,
It's a
yeah, I
music video.
remember.
I made a music video and I thought it was a Public Enemy. It wasn't. It
It was
was.
a good event now.
Yeah, it was.
Top 3 best battles you've seen live and top 3 worst. I can start off.
Go
Oh
on.
yeah, you want.
Don't know about worst. Best one definitely is Disaster vs Iron Solomon.
Oh, you saw that live?
Saw that live, baby,
That's
King of the
crazy.
Dot, which was amazing. And I think I might have told this story online, but like I went. When I first got to King of the Dot, Disaster was so accommodating to me, so I'll always be thankful for that. He was like, Quill, come to my hotel room, I'll show you my bars.
Yeah.
And his third round, I don't know if anyone remembers here, he does like a Hitler impression, he gets the tash on, he does the whole thing. And if you haven't seen it, but the battle was amazing.
Yeah.
But he goes to me and he goes, no, I'm not sure if I'm going to do this, what do you think?
Don't do it.
Quill's on here that does this, and it's Disaster asking me what do I
Definitely
think.
do it.
So yeah, I said yeah, you got to do it. I mean, how do I tell someone not to do their material? That's the only thing that comes to mind. And the other one that comes to mind, I don't know if it's the best battle, but I'll always remember is like probably the biggest body bag I've seen is Villain versus Yunnan.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Just such a body bag. I think I judged as well. Just I don't know
When
why
the
it's just something that
Undertaker
sticks to
hit,
my head.
It's like when the Undertaker
Mate,
wins.
Villain was
bro, just
fucking
yeah.
honest.
Animal on live. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Live. Yeah, the mum
Villain's
bars.
on his shit at that point.
I must. There's other good ones, but those two will always just the ones that come to my head.
Worst battle, probably Villain vs Oops. Is up there.
Oh, wasn't it? Was it?
If we're going to use Villain for
Miami,
another
bro.
one.
I
Yeah.
mean, I've seen so many.
Tony
bad
D.
ones.
Serious Jones was worse than
Tony D, Serious Jones, another bad one.
Oh, that was bad.
I've had some bad ones. I reckon the worst. Go on, sorry, you go.
J Red versus Liv Winter
Oh yeah.
it was a horrible battle, but I loved every minute. I loved every minute of it.
Why?
Just because
Car crash.
Yeah, and
Sometimes it's nice to watch.
and
innit?
J Red like battered Liv Winter. It's just
Oh,
so
okay.
fucking. It was so funny. It's just
Yeah.
because she felt, and you can see it when she's rapping. She still feels like, oh yeah, I'm smashing him. And the rest of the crowd is like, oh, you're getting fucked
Not sure
up.
you
Leave her alone. She had just a no concept of
Best battle. We got a best battle in mind.
Arsenal
soul
shot.
ignition.
Arsenal shotty, of course. Yeah, I was there for
Soul
Arsenal shotty as well, but
I didn't
yeah.
see that.
Soul
Shotty
C
battle I
Major.
didn't see live.
Soul
Is it?
C
I
Major.
was in Australia
Was
at
it?
the time.
Oh,
Shotty
yeah.
Arsenal was the only one I never watched.
Soul C Major probably was up there.
Yeah.
Raptor
Yeah.
Soul up there. I don't know, just like the feel in the rooms
Yeah.
always
Oh,
different.
Oh, in the middle of the
DNA.
best. Arsenal DNA is a great battle.
Honestly, the fireworks coming through the event.
Yeah.
That moment is stuck in my
I
head.
know.
There's a
It didn't
fireworks.
work.
Oh,
like
yeah,
we
that
didn't
was
probably
great.
get it, but it was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
They were
It
like,
was
do you
in
want
Ministry
fire?
of Sound.
Ministry of Sound, like would you guys like some fireworks? And me and Fred and what's his name were just like, yeah.
For the amount we pay for the drinks, yes, we want fucking fireworks coming out my fucking JD and Coke, man.
Extra £100? Sure.
Yeah.
Actually, the 2-on-2 that we did in Chicago with Averb and Hitman versus DNA and K-Sharp was crazy.
That was crazy. Is that when he came on with the Hannibal Lecter thing?
Yeah. And
that
also
was sick.
And also when Dirtbag Dan did Mushrooms against Big J, that is actually a sleeper.
That's a great one.
Maybe there's everything around it.
Yeah, and they did the documentary about that as well, right?
Yeah,
so
we banged
go
that
give that a watch as well, because that was a fun little documentary.
I was so excited that I edited it in a night, put it out, it had gone viral. But I mean, it's only 250k views, but it was on every publication.
Yeah. So basically, he did magic mushrooms, and you document him taking them and then doing the battle, right? And
the best moment in that entire documentary was Charlie went up to, like my cameraman Charlie went up to Big J and Dirtbag Dan when they were both tripping on whatever drugs they took to do the battle, and was like, "Oh, can I get a photo?" And just like stood there filming them for like 10 minutes. And they were just like,
definitely go and watch that.
One of my favourite troll
Maybe
moments.
not like the best battle, but something that always stays in my head that you must have filmed it was outside of the big venue that we had in Leeds, and it was Soul versus Old English.
Yeah, it was great battle.
Great battle.
It's one of those ones that was outside.
I feel like that battle's forgotten in time, but that was
Yeah,
great
man,
battle.
but that's one of the best ones. I was just outside, and I don't know, I stumbled on it.
I was
like,
there.
oh
I
my
was there
god.
for that.
Yeah.
You was there for that?
Yeah, I was there for that.
Fuck,
it was way
I
back,
was there
you
as a
know.
fan. You can see me on the camera.
That was Stylus, wasn't it? Was that
Yeah.
Yeah,
5BW.
Stylus.
I reckon,
Snow
for me,
out on the street and everything.
I'm saying like Soul Ilmac was incredible in the ring.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I wasn't there.
Shotty Tony D.
Yeah.
When I was talking to Fred about
wasn't
that, the
there
camera
before.
doesn't do it justice, that event
Yeah.
for how big, because the crowd was so big.
Sorry.
Oh really?
No, not the camera, the audio of the crowd.
Yeah, I know.
Like when you were on the stage was vibrating.
Yeah.
I
That's
wasn't
how loud
there
it was.
for that, but as a fan watching it, that looks visually like one of the best battles.
Oh, mate,
thank you,
incredible.
thank you. Okay,
What else? You know what I really enjoyed? One of the best battles I've seen live, Biz on Tony D.
Yeah, it's true. It's up there. It's up there. It's up there.
Bit of self-promo.
One of the worst
there.
ones though, 10 shoot copyright.
Oh yeah.
I looked at Rowan halfway through that battle because I was against that.
Yeah.
I was against bringing Tenchu back if I'm on it. I
Oh
didn't think
wait,
it
is that the
worked.
one at Ministry?
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
sent you
Yeah,
stank, man.
The thing is, I was such a.
Oh, you said worse, yeah. I thought you were talking about
That-
best. Or you
No,
thought that's
worse.
Yeah, that was a stinker.
That is the worst that I've ever been as a cameraman as well on that battle. I'd listened to copyright since I was 13 years old. I'd gone to LA, I'd met him, and I was just like we were really cool, and he performed, and the whole thing was so awkward. I couldn't help but make noises the whole time, being like, yeah.
We're just trying to fill the gap kind of thing.
Yeah, because I felt so awkward.
Oh wow.
That I was just like in my head, just hoping reactions would
Yeah,
go, or
yeah,
someone would
yeah,
follow
yeah,
my
yeah.
lead, and it was just really
Not happening.
Oh.
not happening. It was super awkward, and I just I didn't know what to do with myself.
That's such a good point. And when there's that awkward thing, like when you're in the crowd, there's this thing when you're in the crowd, right? And there's no reaction going on. And you kind of know yourself there's no reaction, but you also don't want to give reaction because you know it's not justified.
Yeah,
so you're kind of we're all in agreement to be quiet here.
Yeah.
But, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know that feeling? You're like,
That's
we
horrible.
all agree this is a bit
Yeah.
whack and it's all
Sorry,
cringy.
mate.
But as a cameraman as well, you must be there this is awkward.
You
I'm
normally
feeling
feel the
you guys.
vibe. I think
Yeah.
if people see me, I'm always stepping from side to side,
Right.
just trying to emulate crowd movement. So as a camera, what I think I did different to other people was try to make it feel like the camera was part of the crowd and
Right.
bring you closer. I
Right.
mean, that was my aesthetic that I tried that I don't think other people did. And if you're not given the energy from the room or the battle, you just feel it. Or when people choke, it's just
You want to hide, but you have to be
hide
there in their
behind
face,
everything.
filming the choke.
Yeah, and people always look at me for, is this good? And I'm always just like,
Oh.
that was it as well. A lot of time, Tenchu or copyright, they look past the camera, look me in the eyes, and I'm like,
It's alright.
yeah, it's good.
It was just a really awkward battle, wasn't it?
Super awkward.
Question for Frost. What battle from Trubs from the Wiretap doing the plug 1.5 and then
Shit, I was meant to
plug
ring
2?
trouble. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, so sorry about that.
He won't have called you by now.
What battle does he think he lost? Because apparently Frost never lost.
Never lost.
Now
Never
you
lost.
may have never lost, but you might have think you lost. Is there a battle you think you lost, even though you didn't?
The Giz battle is. I mean, I fucked up.
Yeah.
I really shit the bed. And do you know what bugs me about that battle is a lot? Is if I had come out with it, if I got all my stuff out, that would be one of the ones that I really felt under pressure, material wise. Because I know in my head, his material was at this level. When if I got all my stuff out, it'd have been in my head it'd have been very close, whether the crowd would have agreed or not. But yeah, that's the. I'm really gutted with myself for not getting my material out, because that would have been a real good test of like how people judge me.
And how did you feel about the tech battle?
Do you know? So I see in episode 3, and I watched back on myself because I lost a sort of momentum in a second, and I can see exactly what you're talking about, and I didn't feel it in the moment. But then watching it back, I'm like, so I did the flip, which I've never done before. Yeah. And now, honestly, in my head...
Was your first time you did a flip, yeah?
First time I did a flip. And, first time I've executed it well.
Right.
And honestly, I felt like everyone should have, really exploded. and it just sort of, not fell flat, because everyone sort of reacted to it, but...
not how you imagined.
Well, so he was calling me a fed for his whole second round, and he did get nicked by undercovers, so I was like, oh, this is going to ruin the whole thing, and it didn't, and I was like, oh. And then my second round as well was like bringing up his old bars, which I hate personally. I don't... in retrospect, I should have never done it, and I knew it at the time, I don't like this, but... I also want everyone to know what he does, and he didn't do it in the battle, which really fucking affected it. So it is what it. But I still think I won. I still think I won. I'd give myself the first and the third.
I need to watch it back. I think it was just knowing you and knowing the looks you were giving me. I knew you cut one round off short, and I thought you lost the energy in the other, I judged it on that in my.
So in the third as well. So I had a line. The punchline was. Taking tech back to factory settings. Yeah. And
Nice.
So I ran it with Frank and Black T outside, and Black T was like, Nick Kicknelly has had that exact same punchline, the factory settings line. I was like, do you know what? I'll just get rid of it, but hadn't prepared myself for the connector line.
Right.
And so I missed out another sort of 16 after the back of it because I've lost that. And again, in the moment, I didn't even recognise it. It just sort of jumped into the next bit, but. Watching it back, I was like, oh fuck, there's a massive chunk that's gone. And it is what it is, but I can see it when I watch back. I do. But
so Frost may have lost.
Never lost.
Never lost. We know this. I've got one more we can end on. If you don't want to answer it, you just say, and we just won't do it. A lot of the questions, guys, please stop just. When we ask for questions, stop saying when you're battling Quill. We did Tony, when's Tony battling Quill, Jen, when's Frost battling Quill. But yeah, we got one here. If you don't want to answer it, fair enough. Any update on the guy? Any update on the guy / money stole from him or shots on the studio rental unit?
Any what?
Any update on the guy / money stole from him and the shotty on the studio rental unit? Apparently the guy done you dirty.
Oh yeah, no, we got scammed.
I mean, if you don't want to get into that, we don't.
No, yeah, we got scammed.
Yeah, happens.
But yeah, basically we put over 100k into a unit, basically. Studio.
Wow.
We built a full studio, so we bought land on a railway arch. So we bought a railway arch, turned it into a 2-storey building. Upstairs was a 2-bedroom apartment with an office and a thing where we was going to start putting battlers up when they came over. And downstairs was podcast unit, fully rigged out music studio, toilets, kitchen. Bro, we was at the point where we was picking carpet out, painting the walls, and then I was in the studio with Shotty. We had the shutters down, opened the shutters, and there's an eviction notice on the front. Rang them up, and the guy who'd sold, they weren't just those, there was 6 units on the thing. Had set a fake company up, and he was subleasing, and then he's fucked off.
There's nothing you can do.
No, because they can't track the guy down.
Can't track him down.
Nah, we spoke to our solicitor. We managed to track someone that knew him, so we could get to him. But the solicitor basically said, look, it's going to cost you.
It's not going to be worth it.
40 to 60k was the quote for the court.
Fuck. Wow. Wow, it's horrible. So, don't end on that though. I know that Shotty has got a studio up and running now.
Yeah, no, we've got a new one. We're in Mosler. We've got a 2-storey building in Mosler.
People could book that out as a studio. How would they go about that? I don't know if you know off the top of your head.
Odyssey Studios on Twitter. Or just message Shotty. Shotty runs it.
And I'm not just saying that. I've seen it. Shotty's promoting it. The studio looks amazing. Yeah. And these guys, honestly, these guys up north, they're so accommodating, man. So if you want to record, there's so many people watching this that record the music. If you want to record your music, and plus help out the scene at the same time,
and help recoup some of that.
Shotty's doing a thing as well now. If you book 10 hours worth of studio in, he'll do a feature on your tape.
Wow.
Oh, mate,
that is a deal.
Yeah.
Honestly, that is a bargain.
Yeah. It's cheaper than booking Shotty.
How much does that Shotty feature cost you?
Yeah. So Yeah.
Amazing. Well, thank you both for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Pleasure.
I think you're helping us rebuild this tapestry of what battle rap really was, and yeah, we're just really grateful you come down. So thank you very much, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I do want to quickly say, because we had Shuffle One, we spoke about the event, that pay-per-view will be out either now or very soon, so go check the No Lose Chat pay-per-view, go check that out. Like you said, we got the Plug 1.5, which will be in like about 2 weeks or whenever this drops, August 13th. So if there are any tickets, go get them. It's almost sold out, or if not, it's already sold out. I'm sorry, guys. There will be a pay-per-view for that, maybe?
No, so we don't do pay-per-views anymore.
Oh, we do,
all
sorry.
All goes on Patreon, yeah.
All goes on Patreon, which is amazing. You go pay for that and you get all the battles if you sign up for that.
Can I just say something as well?
Please do.
It'll be out publicly by then, but we are doing the first ever Battle Rap Awards at the end of this year.
Oh yes, I'm invited. I'm going to be
You're not
suited
here.
and
I'm not
booted.
here.
No, 25th of November.
Am I due for an award? Probably not.
Maybe.
What award?
Thing is, I'm not even due for a award, but I'm invited, so I'll be
Yeah.
going there to show my
I
support.
want an award.
Well, I can appear on.
Come on, guys.
Still in the UK, might be a pleasure to get you there. Fully suit and boot event, one night only.
Oh.
We're going to do a proper red carpet.
Oh,
So where is that?
It's in Manchester. It's in a place called. I'm not saying where it is because it's not open to the public.
Nearly?
Nearly.
Okay.
Edit. Beep.
you can work that out, maybe.
Which is another. Sorry, but it's another great thing. Premier Battles continue to kind of push the scene and do things. Like we're doing a battle rap awards, and everyone's getting suited and booted. It's amazing, making it professional.
One night a year for battle rappers to celebrate what we do. Where you're not having to turn up and be Quill and Frost. You can just turn up and have a drink and
James,
watch
and don't know your name.
Tom.
Didn't know
Tom
that.
Frost.
Didn't know that.
Okay.
So yeah, so get your tickets.
Get your tickets.
Anything
Leave
you
your
wanna
comments.
Anything you want to plug? Sorry to
Oh,
interrupt.
don't.
The Briggzy battle, the Leicester battle,
Oh.
the CGA battle that just dropped.
Yep.
They're all
Take it away, Liam.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that's it.
If you enjoyed the episode, please click the like button. No one's hit dislike yet. This probably is a cue for you to do that. Leave comments. It's really good to see engagements growing. We're really glad and happy with the product so far. We hope you are too. Let us know who you want to see on the next episode. And good night.
Peace.
That's a wrap.
That is.
Hey, thank you, boys.